Is Lily even there? Is there a dog? Is he alone? Is he at the airport? Is he on a fucking bus? Is he on the plane? Is there a clicking noise? There's probably a clicking noise. Is this a clip show? I don't know if it's a clip show. It's a fucking show. Just listen, goddammit. Hey, what's happening, Mike Schmidt, 40-year-old boy podcast. You know what? Fuck. I just started it. I've been sitting here for fucking 2 hours not doing it. Lily and I are talking about various things. Hi, Lily.
Hi.
Are you going to fucking what? You're just not going to do it now?
Well, no, I'm laughing because we were talking about this exact thing, and then you just started recording.
Well, because if I don't start recording at some point, we're never going to fucking start recording. You keep saying to me, I got to go, I got to leave, and God knows I've done enough shows without you, and you've got so many more busy things to do.
And then I had work.
You have so many things that you have to do, and
you
you kind of...
were traveling for 2 weeks, and then I had work.
You're so busy and can't find a spot for me in your...
I took 1 day off. You took 2 weeks off.
You can't find a place for me in your life there.
You took 2 weeks off. I took 1 day off.
You're so squeezing me out of your schedule, and there's no way I can...
2 weeks off. I took 1 day off.
I'm sick.
I wasn't sick. I told you I was busy. I had to work. I actually have a career.
You guys can get me at Mike and Mike Schmidt Comedies. I'm not topping that. I will not say anything funnier than that today.
I have a career.
Yeah.
I could cry.
Your nipple-based economy is just flush.
My nipple-based economy is fucked up.
All right.
Oh my God, is it fucked up?
So I don't even know if I got any funny left in me right now. I got to be honest with you, because we literally have sat here for 2 hours tweeting fucking America pictures. We're just sitting and it came up, like I saw Jeb Bush, what he had, if you don't know who Jeb Bush is, by the way, he's running for president. He is, it's so funny that there's that scene in fucking Midnight Run where he goes, who's this? Moron number 1? Put moron number 2 on the phone. And if you want to know who Jeb Bush is, he's moron number 5 who's running for fucking Republican president. Or Republican presidential candidate. You know what? Actually, he is running for Republican president. When you think about it, when you have those two parties and they throw their dude up there. So Mitt Romney for the past 4 years has essentially been Republican president. Now, granted, he's off fucking skiing and boning his fucking... Doesn't he have a ketchup wife? Who's got a ketchup wife? No, John Kerry's got a ketchup wife. He's boning his ketchup wife.
Ketchup wife.
He does, right? That's who she is. She's the fucking... He's.
Oh, Christ.
It's the Hunt's lady. That's who he is. You know what? John Kerry's married to Marsha Hunt, who you may know as the voice of Couture in The Incredibles, right? Didn't she make the costumes? I'm sub-referencing quite a bit here, but Marsha Hunt, she's that character she's in a Pixar film. Who the fuck is she? She's the fashion designer. What movie is it? Pay attention, put your fucking phone down. The tweeting is over. We stopped tweeting.
Disney.
Huh?
The fashion design, the Devil Wears Prada?
No. It's a cartoon, and she designs their costumes, right? In The Incredibles, isn't she the fucking...
Edith Head.
Right. It's the knock-up of Edith Head, but it's in a Pixar show, right?
Yes.
Okay, and that's who Marsha Hunt is. Marsha Hunt's that voice. But Marsha Hunt also she's like a fucking monkey boy in The Year of Living Dangerously. Doesn't she follow like Mel Gibson around and she pretends to be a dude, but she's not? And she's like a Cambodian midget, but she's really like a reporter who's doing some sort of clandestine thing? I've never seen this movie.
I don't know what you're talking about, and I'm not done yet. You started the show without me.
But that's who John Kerry's married to, Marsha Hunt.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think so. I think she's the ketchup heir, and she's an actress who was in The Year of Living Dangerously as a Cambodian midget, and then she was in a Pixar movie as the voice of Edith Head's knockoff, Edith Piaf. Edith Piaf, not Edith Head, right?
Yeah.
Rice Piaf. Oh, that's it. Maybe she invented rice pilaf. She not only invented ketchup, she invented rice pilaf, and then she married John Kerry. So she's actually the secretary to the Secretary of State, right? Because if you're his wife and you're banging him, aren't you also technically a secretary? So anyway, the point is, Mitt Romney is the president of Republicans right now. So he should be calling all the fucking shots. Fuck all these Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio and Donald Trump idiots with their wax heads and their shouty voices. Fuck Marco Rubio with his crazy fucking bug-killing stiletto boots. You got a question?
No.
Because you know what? That's what we all say. Everybody's like, Ted Cruz is weird looking and Donald Trump's got weird hair and Marco Rubio's got fucking weird boots and Ben Carson killed a man. And that's why we identify them as those things, because you know why? Their policies are nondescript. Like all of them are the same thing. Literally their entire base, this is the platform for the Republican Party. Hey, let's sew up those vaginas. Like that's their whole fucking thing. So that's why we have to discern them by, hey, look at weird hair. Hey, look at fucking goofy face. Hey, look at the guy with the boots. Hey, the black guy who killed somebody. I mean, that's the Republican, that's all of them. Because the fat guy bailed, he left. The chick bailed, she's gone. And the guy, Ryan Priebus, whatever the fuck, that amalgam of fucking 9 dudes, he quit. Those guys are all finished because nobody gave a fuck about those dudes. So now it's down to haircut, weird head, crazy boots, and fucking black guy who killed a guy. That's it. Didn't he stab a dude? Like growing up, and then he's like, "Hey, I stabbed a guy. I didn't mean to stab a guy."
He did, but they were like, "No, you didn't." And he's
He
like,
did.
"Oh, the belt buckle got in the way, and he didn't actually get stabbed." And then the dog ate my. It was all a lie.
Wait, so I'm supposed to vote for a guy who fucked up killing a guy?
Yes.
You're gonna kill a guy, follow through. You know what? My candidate doesn't let a belt buckle get in the way of a homicide.
He literally poked a guy in a belt buckle with a spoon.
Yeah.
And said he stabbed
And then he went, "Hey, I let this guy have it. Look how gangster I am. I ventilated that fucking dude." No, you didn't. You got fucking stopped by a plate belt buckle. You know what? Here's the lesson. Don't stab a rodeo champion. They got those big ass fucking turkey platter belt buckles. You're not going to be able to stab him in the gut. Go for the head. If you're going to stab a rodeo champion, go for the head. If you're going to stab a rodeo champion and later run for the Republican presidential nomination, stab him in the head. Go right for the eyes. So that's it. They got weird head, crazy boots, fucking bad hair, and black guy who sort of stabbed a guy. I thought that was the one thing he did right. That was the one thing I had for him. He's a doctor who believes in creationism. The end. Literally, that's it. Like, there you're eliminated. You can't run for anything ever again.
I don't understand the world, Mike.
I don't understand the world either, and that's why I'm here talking about it. I'm astonished by it. I'm a 48-year-old man who lived through like a pet rock. People bought rocks and talked to them, and I'm still baffled by what's going on today. I lived through a bunch of crazy shit. I saw my mom do coke. I mean, I lived through all this nonsense, and now I'm looking at the world and just going, I don't know what's happening. I don't.
How old were you when you saw your mom do coke?
9? No, hold on. That's 76. No, 11. Probably 11. Yeah. My mom did a couple of bumps in our living room when I was fucking 11 years old.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And I wonder now why she's got 9 different kinds of cancer.
America.
I should have taken a photo back then. I don't know if I could tweet a Polaroid.
America.
But that's the thing, man. It's like, I don't know what the fuck to believe anymore. These fucking crazy dudes, literally, again, that's their platform. Hey, we're going to sew up vaginas and make sure black guys don't get jobs. Except for the one who wants to be president. Because he's going to have the only job in the fucking country.
Oh.
Dude, I don't understand
they
it.
want to take his job away too.
Which one? Doctor or stabber? Current. I don't even know what his current gig is. You know what his current gig is? Wandering around in a hallway, not responding to his name. Did you see that fucking clip?
Christ.
Those dudes are all coming out, and he stops, and then Trump. My favorite part is Trump wanting to enter and putting his arm on Ben Carson, going, and he's just going, "You really should go out there." And Carson's just like, "I'm here, man." So then Trump goes out there, and then there's 4 dudes and 3 empty podiums, and I swear to God, they're like the Republican presidential candidates, and there could not be a more apt metaphor than the 3 empty podiums. The other 4 should have been gone. It's like everybody's like, "Oh, the anomaly was the 3 empty podiums." No, the 4 filled podiums was the goddamn fucking misnomer. Because none of those dudes, it's 4 empty suits. Literally. It's fucking crazy hair, tiny head, crazy boots, and fucking black guy who almost stabbed a dude.
I'm going to defend them.
I'm interested to hear how.
It was not their fault that they didn't know to go out. The stage manager, the stage hands, the production people, all of the guys with the little earphone things, none of them did their job right, or those guys would have known to go on stage.
I'm going to call bullshit on that because Ben Carson is standing there in the hallway and a fucking scared ass white dude with a beard and a headset leans out and goes, "Shoo, shoo, shoo, shoo." He tries to get him. He's telling him, "Go, go, go, shoo, shoo." And Carson's just standing there. You know why? Nobody to stab. He's looking around. He's like, "Who the fuck can I stab here?" Hey, Jesus hasn't told me to take the stage yet. Get the fuck out of here with your crazy nonsense.
If one of them had not gone up, I would say that was a bozo. When 3 of them don't, it's bad production.
No, that's just dudes who want to make a fucking entrance, Lily.
I've been there. It's bad production.
That's horseshit. I don't buy it. I think it's for these dudes who wanted to do it on they're petulant and they wanted to do it their own way. And they're like, "I'm not going out there until he goes out there." And that's all fucking nonsense because the whole thing is a beauty pageant with 0 fucking beauty involved. And that's all it is. It's a beauty pageant with fucking some of the ugliest motherfuckers you will ever see. Ever. And look, the Democrats, they at least behave like adults, but at the same time, it's just, I'm going to go ahead and do this. Okay. I'm unqualified to comment on Bernie Sanders' policies because I don't know much about them. All I know is he's a shouting mop. That's all I fucking know about the guy.
But that falls on you, not him.
Absolutely. I'm not casting him with aspersions. I'm not saying, "Oh yeah, don't vote for the dude." Hey, if you want a shouting mop in office, go for it. That's your move. If we want a shouting mop, and again, I love the fact that Hillary she's the polarizing figure. Again, and I'm not going to speak to policy or anything like that. Here's what I'm going to speak to. I'm going to speak to the fact that Hillary Clinton is a woman who has made it to the highest echelons of our country's political offices, and people still pretend like she It's so weird. They want to discredit her because she's a woman, but they want to discredit her because she's been part of the establishment for so fucking long. It's like, dude, we pick one side. Pick a reason to hate her. You hate her because, dude, as a woman, can you imagine the horrible shit she's had to go through? Fuck, just at home.
Well, as a woman, I know the horrible shit she's had to go through.
Well, just making grilled cheese for a guy whose face smells like the intern pussy for fucking 4 years, that's gotta suck. And she put up with it.
What if the big joke is she liked it?
Pardon me?
What if the big joke is she liked it? He would come home and he'd be like, you know what Monica and I did in the Oval Office today? She'd be like, tell me more, Bill.
Dude,
what if they were them?
She's like that cuckoo. What if she did like it? What if he came home just like with a shiny face of Monica gruel and then she fucking licked it off? Boom. That's what I say. I say Hillary is a fucking third-party adulteress who wanted to get into Monica's pants but set Bill to do the job. That's what I'm saying.
Well, there are people who think she's a lesbian, and that's why she stayed with him for so long, because they were a beard.
Yes, you know why people think she's a lesbian? Because she's like a woman who can put together a cogent sentence. That's the only reason people think she's a lesbian. People are like, oh my God, she wore a pantsuit and she actually said something I understood. Burn her at the fucking stake.
She's a witch or a dyke.
Yeah, that's it. That's the only reason people think she's a fucking lesbian is because she's a competent woman who does her job and doesn't take any shit.
It's so terrible. You can't be smart. You can't be funny.
So happy I have a cock. Not happy with that cock, but still happy I have one. Would rather have a better one, but still so happy I have one rather than the alternative. I was born with Lucky Plumbing. Good for me. So I can shout and say a bunch of dumb shit.
God, Lucky Plumbing. Oh, how is that not a website?
That's got to be a burlesque name.
Lucky Plumbing?
How the fuck is that not a burlesque? That's my name. There you go. I'm in. Lucky Plumbing.
Lucky Plumbing. Gentlemen, take your hands off your genitals and put them together for Lucky Plumbing.
And you know what? I'll perform one song and one song only. Do You Want to Touch by Joan Jett. Tell me that song does not, literally, I'm going to go out and I'm going to advocate it right now. I'm going to say, and by the way, Joan Jett, another one that everybody thinks is a lesbian because she's fucking succeeded. And also because she eats pussy. But still.
But I do think it's funny that the thing that makes women more qualified and considered smarter is if they also want to fuck other women.
Yes. That's it. That's why they get, well, because then it plays into the male dominant fantasy where they can go, oh, at least they're not a threat to me. But you know what? I got news for you. If there's a smart, competent, beautiful woman who also is a lesbian, you're fucked because guess who she's going to get?
That's right.
You're done. You've just got bumped down the pussy ladder, friend, because you got no fucking shot at competing with that. A well-dressed, beautiful, well-spoken woman who also likes pussy, you are in trouble, dude. Guess what? You know what? You're rejected, and all you're going to do is be able to buy a fleshlight and hope it was her. That's the only fucking thing you got going on. You know what? Buy a fleshlight and put a pantsuit on it, and a man will vote for it. That's what I'm saying right now.
I'm sorry. I'm still at pussy ladder.
Yeah, that's right. That's my, fuck Lucky Plumbing. I'm now pussy ladder.
You hit me with a pussy ladder, and all I could think is a 4-story strip club.
Oh.
And I just went off. I'm like, I want to open the pussy ladder.
Coming down the pussy ladder now, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my God, it would be so good. Oh.
If you take a fleshlight and you put it in a pantsuit, a guy will vote for it. That's all I'm saying. Because it's a woman that doesn't challenge him. That's it.
It's awful.
And that's the only reason Hillary gets any gruff about being a fucking lesbian or she's too tough or she's this or she's that is because men are fucking scared. Scared. And look, I'm sure she took 8 billion
Women
bushels.
are scared too.
Fine. I'm sure she took 8 billion bushels of Wall Street money. I'm sure she's in the pocket of big pantsuit. I don't know how she runs her life. All I know is she is beaten and clawed and fought and slogged. And she was, you know what? She was in the office when they killed Osama bin Laden. You remember that photo? There's like Obama, there's like 47 dudes, and then there's just like Hillary Clinton sitting there like, yeah, I own this motherfucker. She's the only pussy in the room. You got to respect that, man. Because normally women get stopped at the kitchen. She got into the room when they killed bin Laden. I'm sure she probably went, hey, give me a gun and put me on the fucking plane. She doesn't fuck around. The most depressing thing is having to see her try to be friendly and smart and nice and kind of paint that smile on her face. Because I'll tell you what, when she's on shows, I find her to be, first of all, she's incredibly brilliant. She's very bright. She's well-spoken. And I think she's smart and she's kind of charming. And I think she can be that person when she wants to be. The shame is that she fucking has to. Why can't she just Margaret Thatcher the shit out of everybody and just go, you know what? I got a fist for a heart, and if you don't like it, fuck off.
Did you see that they asked her, if you become president, is Bill going to pick out the China or are you? Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
I would have gone, I'll be telling pull so I can blow the shit out of that China in the sky. Fuck China.
But this is what I'd love to see her do. Well, you know what? But you know what's funny? If she said that, fuck China, everybody votes for her. There you go. She wins the Republican vote because everybody's scared to death of those people too. And they should be because they got 8 million kids making a watch. God damn that country. Does anybody even know what the fuck's going on in China? I want to go over there. I want to save fucking bomb popping Chinese Rick. I want to get them both. Scoop them out of there.
I don't think you can save them.
You know what bomb popping Chinese Rick are doing right now? They're in a factory building children to build watches. That's how fucking China works. Not only are they all fucking and having babies, but then those babies get thrown into baby factories where they build robot babies to build the fucking shit. None of their kids are in child labor to build products. No, they're building robots to serve soup. Here is your soup. And to fucking build robots to fucking make baby robots that make the products. You think Apple iWatches are being made by Chinese infants? No, they're being made by Chinese robotic infants who were built by Chinese infants. It's like a Ponzi scheme.
So tough.
I hate when they make her fucking have to be friendly or smart, or she has to make some illusion, or she has to pretend like she knows what pop culture is. It's like, I want to have a beer with her. Dude, we all wanted to have a beer with George W. Bush. I still would have a beer with George W. Bush. I would. No, I do. I want to get fucking drunk with that dude and then throw my shoe right at him. See if he can duck it while he's loaded. I mean, fuck, man. That dude is a guy who that was the last time they voted for a dude who's like, hey, we want to have a beer with him. Even though I'd want to have a beer with Obama. Dude, Obama's like, that's the thing, the fucking weird thing that they ascribe to these guys.
Anybody that's running our country.
I don't want to have beer with anybody. I don't like beer, quite frankly. But come on, you wouldn't want to hang out with Obama?
No.
What?
Other than wanting America to function as a society, there's not much I have in common with Obama.
Well, I'll tell you this. If politics has taught me anything about black guys, if I hang out with Obama, I am wearing a very large belt buckle because who knows? Any black person in the presidential realm, if they get a couple of beers in them, you're getting ventilated. You're getting fucking cut up.
Have you ever been to any political rallies?
Fuck no. Are you kidding me?
Have you ever gone to
No, it's bad enough.
Court and seen what goes on in politics in general?
Well, I mean, first of all, I was on a trial. I was in a trial. I was a foreman of a jury. I'll thank you to remember. Go ahead. Hey, Lily, by year 4.
I'm thinking not a court, but I'm thinking more of, I said court, but what I was thinking of was like a city planning meeting or
Fuck
anything
that.
like that. Yeah. I don't want to have beers with any of those people. When I used to be a member of the Chamber of Commerce when I was 18, 19, 20 years old and would go with my dad, and I don't know that I was actually a member. I think I went there through my dad's business as a membership. Because again, this will come back when I run for office that I will have said I was a member when I really wasn't. But I went there and I was like, I don't want to be around any of these people socially.
Well, that's a completely different thing, okay? And I'm not, because President Obama has to charm a nation. He has to put that kind of on.
No, he doesn't. He has to rule a nation, and he has to rule it.
Yes, but
justly and
right in a real perfect world. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about reality here. And unfortunately, they make Bill Clinton play saxophone on Arsenio Hall. They make Hillary Clinton go on Stephen Colbert and do jokes. They try to humanize these people when in reality we shouldn't be voting for fucking humans. I want a crushing machine in there at president. I want somebody who's going to go in and do and work in my best interests, and also try to make sure women aren't fucking marginalized for the rest of their fucking lives. I mean, I am scared. And not scared. I'm fucking pissed, man. I told you, I was raised by a single mom who, quite frankly, apparently didn't do the best job because she's doing coke when I'm 11. But still, I gained respect for females, and I gained respect for womanhood, and I gained respect for women as equals. And so when I go online and I see these women getting savaged or attacked or constantly just shouted down, and it's fucking horrifying to me. And I don't know how to fix it. And I think look, I'm going to say this, and if you're a young person, hi, sorry about this. Young men are scared of women. They're frightened to death. But the worst part of it is old men are scared of women too. Older guys. They're all intimidated by Hillary, and young men are intimidated by fucking, like, they have to reduce them to a sex object in order to relate to them. And when the woman tries to respond as a human being, she's a bitch or a cunt, and she's fucking shouted down, and it drives me crazy, and I'm horrified by it.
No, I'm just kidding.
If you want to get the 40-year-old girl show, go right ahead.
No.
I asked you if you wanted a microphone fucking years ago. You said no.
This topic annoys me because right now I have friends who are third wave feminists who are voting for Bernie, and they don't understand when Madeleine Albright says there's a special place in hell for women who don't support other women. And they're just like, well, Hillary's out of touch and Hillary's this, and I'm like, you do realize that you wouldn't have the voice you had if it weren't for women like this. So don't dismiss her because she has a vagina.
Well, all right. If anything, she should get bonus points for having a vagina.
But she shouldn't.
No, bullshit. As a woman, if you can't say to yourself, hey, you know what? She's gone through a menstrual cycle. I'm on board with that chick. I totally know what's up. By the way, I just called Hillary Clinton a chick.
I look at it this way. I don't when I go on stage and I get up there and I start telling jokes, I don't immediately go, I'm a woman telling dirty jokes. I just get on stage and tell dirty jokes.
Right.
When it comes down to it, the fact that Hillary is a woman and the fact that I would like to see a woman president before I die, she's the first person I could vote for as a woman. I've had other choices for vice presidential candidates, and I'm like, no, they are not working for women's interests. I believe that Hillary does, and I do believe that as a woman, she will see things in the office, and she has done all of the things that we've talked about, and she has earned a seat at that table. And so to look at Bernie just because he says we need to do this, this, and this, and discount the fact that she is a woman there and can fight for us more because she's part of the system now is the fucking dumbest thing I've ever heard in my world.
In fairness, she's earned a seat at that table as long as she agrees to clear it after the meal.
That is funny, but not true.
Well, of course,
Yeah,
it's not
I mean,
true.
You know, so,
I thought I'd bring some comedy back after your 8-minute diatribe.
it wasn't an 8-minute diatribe. But I do believe, I see all the memes about the women that are, not voting for Hillary who say, I don't vote with my vagina. I believe in blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, that's great.
Wait, is that even possible? Because I go into those booths and I touch those pens. That's I'm a little freaked out by that.
You hope they do vote with their vaginas?
I'm on board for either one. All depends on who's in line ahead of me. If I got to watch some 90-year-old woman wobble in there and then wobble out with a smile on her face, maybe I'm not touching that lever. However, if if I'm behind a group of cheerleaders, I'm like, all right, let's get in there. I'll vote with my mouth.
It just drives me crazy to see her both discounted because she's a woman and raised up because she's a woman. In reality, she is a person that has fought really hard for a lot of the things I believe in.
Well, listen, I believe that Hillary Clinton should be raised up high enough.
You gonna do it?
So I can look up her dress.
Steve Martin.
So great. I believe. Fucking phenomenal. Steve Martin, phenomenal.
That is one of the best albums ever.
Unbelievable.
It is.
Literally, Steve Martin's a guy that I don't mention as an influence often enough. I can remember hours of listening to Let's Get Small and Me Talk Pretty One Day. Or I'm sorry, hold on. Comedy is not pretty.
Comedy.
I just gave him a David Sedaris book.
Do you remember Flydini?
Yes.
When he went on
The Great
Tonight
Flydini.
Show? Oh
Yep.
my God. I was just talking with some people who helped me develop that app.
Cruel Shoes.
my
Fucking all of it. The book. I read the book and I remember reading the book and still getting it on a comedic level, even though it wasn't the fucking arrow through the head and the nonsense. It was something completely different, but I knew it was still funny. Even as a young man, I went, this is still funny. And it was, and even then I was smart enough to know he's doing this different thing. So he's not that guy forever. Like I got it even then for some reason. But then also Wild and Crazy Guys is literally just the germ for Dumb and Dumber, essentially. You know what I mean? It's like when you look at it, you can trace all of those things back. Because and Aykroyd too is another dude who gets, man, fucking Aykroyd. I remember when he married Donna Dixon and everybody's just like, holy fuck, why is he marrying Donna Dixon? I don't know. I'm just going to say this as a guy, kind of. If I was a chick, I would have fucked the shit out of Dan Aykroyd. Because he was, even in Ghostbusters, he's good looking. He's a good looking man. I mean, he looks ridiculous because he buries himself in makeup and does a bunch of nonsense. But don't you just want to fucking suck his brain? I mean, honestly, I don't know how fucking brilliant Dan Aykroyd is or must be, even to this day. Because again, not only for comedy and not only a head for comedy and for jokes and for beats, but that motherfucker could come to your house and take apart your fridge. And that's a guy. I mean, that's like man shit. I can barely open my fridge, motherfucker. That dude could come here, but he could fucking take it apart, tell you what every fucking thing is in it, and then put it back fucking together. I mean, I have such incredibly weird respect for him, and I wish he hadn't have disappeared. I'm glad he was starting to get like smaller roles, and then he's in like Cruel. What's the fucking like Shakespearean movie he's in, where he tries to get the chick to fuck him. He's like, he's the neighbor guy or the I don't even know what the fuck it is, but he's really mean and cruel, and the only thing he's going to help her is if she has sex with him, and he's just malevolent. And as I've said with all good comedians, they can play mean and fucking terrible. And I've talked about him in Gross Point Blank when he's the fucking grocer. Yeah, he's a fathead, but he's also his work
Beautiful.
in that movie, that scene in the fucking restaurant is music between him and Cusack, the back and forth. Ooh, 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 ooh. When fucking Cusack does that to him on the way out the goddamn door. Yeah! Fuck, I gotta watch that movie again. It's like, we were talking about that today. I'm like, holy shit. Like today, I gotta see Gangs of New York again. It's been too long since I fucking saw it. You speak English? I'll teach you to speak English with this knife. God damn it. I love the things I love, man. Woo-hoo, I love the things I love. You know what I hate? Everything else. All right.
But I'm even losing the passion for the things I love.
But that's your problem, man. You got to dig yourself in. You know what? Narrow your scope. Find one thing you love and dump yourself completely into it. That's what I'm going to do with fucking gangs in New York from now on. I'm going to buy a stovetop hat and start throwing knives. That's what I plan on doing with my life.
Can you call your mom? I'm looking for some Coke. I'm going to dive right into that.
That's a good plan. Well, that used to be your passion. You're bringing it back?
I might.
You're putting the band back together. One OZ at a time. Good for you.
One OZ at a time. We're done.
You guys can get me at Mike and Mike Schmidt, blah, blah, blah. All right. I'm disheartened. I'm horrified. It's funny. I'm inspired a little bit because I was talking to Paul Goebel on his show. By the way, go listen to that, folks. I happen to do, Hey, Watch This with Paul Goebel, which is a podcast you watch with your ears.
I didn't understand that.
That's, you know what, man? Paul does his show and I just show up.
I popped it on and I popped it up and I'm like, where's the video?
There's no video. Be happy there's no video. It's me and Paul Goebel sitting across a table from one another. Nobody wants to fucking look at that. Jesus Christ. Goebel's got, although he's got the fucking awesome hair, his hair looks amazing. But me, man, are you laughing at your phone? Really?
No, I'm laughing at you.
That's doubtful.
Why is that doubtful?
But nobody wants to fucking look at us across a table from one another. And Paul, by the way, let me throw this out there. Paul Goebel dresses for a podcast.
Can I guess at what he was wearing?
Please.
I'm gonna say biker shorts and a hemp shirt made of pot with a pot leaf on it.
Okay.
No shoes and a pair of white socks.
Well, first of all, I don't know if Paul Goebel and biker shorts should ever be mentioned in the exact same sentence. That is a horrifying image and one I don't wish to be involved in ever again.
That's not what he was wearing.
Compression shorts, like those fucking bike shorts?
No, like the
the
new bike shorts.
I don't want to see the new.
Like the loose.
I cannot expose myself to the full Goebel.
They're not called.
I will not see the full Goebel.
Full frontal with Paul Goebel.
Mm-hmm. Full Goebel with Paul Frontal.
Not biker shorts. Not biker shorts. What are they? Basketball shorts. I said biker.
Oh yeah. All right, because I'm thinking about biking cycling pants, and I'm like, shorts. Jesus Christ, no thanks.
With the meshy look to them.
You know, it's funny. I can't. I won't.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do, but I thought it because you're talking about the biker shorts, and I had a story, but I'm not going to tell it.
Sorry.
That's okay. It's not even a story.
Was he just wearing his underwear and a tank top?
No, he was wearing my favorite shirt that he owns, and I don't know if he wears it. And let's put it this way: I've literally seen Paul Goebel 4 times in the past 5 months. He's been wearing this shirt every time I've seen him, and I don't know if he's wearing it because I like it, or if literally he only wears that shirt. I have no idea.
What if he only owns that shirt? What if he's like Steve Jobs? And he's made
that's the way he does it.
Having to wear clothes, so he bought one shirt, bought 40 of them, and he's done.
Then he's a genius because it's an awesome shirt.
What is the shirt?
It's a T-shirt. And all right, as you know, I think food mascots are bullshit. I've talked about it all the time. I think the Pillsbury Doughboy is the greatest war criminal in the history of the world. He has done nothing but lead his kind to the ovens for your enjoyment, and I don't like it. He is like the day the clown cried. He is Roberto Benigni in that fucking Life, whatever the fuck, and he is just the Pied Piper of death as he leads tons of biscuits and crescent rolls to the oven and laughs as he watches them burn.
Can I tell you my favorite joke?
Please do.
What do you see when the Pillsbury Doughboy bends over?
Tell me.
Donuts! See, they're little... It's a ball joke. Okay, so what was the t-shirt that he's wearing? I want to take a picture of you right now and post it, and just go to my page at... What time is it right now? Right now, go to my page at 3:08 and see this photo right here that I'm taking. It's on my Facebook page, simply says donuts.
So the tragedy...
What is the shirt?
The tragedy of this is you said that's your favorite joke.
It's not my favorite.
And you come here and laugh at me once every 3 weeks. That means that everything I do is bringing up the rear to donuts. If anyone in the world ever thought that you were fake laughing at this show,
oh my God, that hurt.
That phrase alone was the confirmation. Holy God.
shit, it didn't post. Come on, post.
Well, you should put it in the Joker's page.
I'm not in there.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Not only do you not come and do the show anymore, you're also not in the fan club. All right, so, not that you should be in a fan club, really, but you should just be a presence in it because it's a three-headed monster.
I don't even go to my own fan page.
You don't do anything anymore. Let's be honest. You're just like, yeah, no, I don't do any of this stuff. So I don't. Food mascots to me, other than the Underwood Deviled Ham guy, as I've mentioned, Satan selling a sandwich spread. That's a lot of S's. But he has a shirt that supersedes all of my rules because it is a brown T-shirt, and on the shirt it has King Ding Dong holding a scepter, wearing a crown, legs, the whole bit. But better than that, right next to him in a crazy font, it just says King Ding Dong. It's a shirt that solves itself. If you were to see that guy, you'd go, who's that dude? And literally Paul Goebel can go like this and point to the other side of the shirt where it says King Ding Dong. And so now that's it. Mystery solved. It's a shirt that solves itself, which I like. But I like I like King Ding Dong, and I like the fact that it says it on there. Whatever. It's my favorite shirt. And sure, it's moth-eaten. Sure, there are holes in it. Sure, there are things in there that you would not want to see in a shirt, particularly worn by a Paul Goebel. But it is still my favorite shirt. And yet I wonder if he wears it because it is my favorite shirt, or he wears it because that's like maybe you said he won full jobs.
I think that's where I'm going.
He may have. All right, what's a good plan? I like that. But we were talking on the go get the show, the Paul Goebel show, the Rock Solid show. Oh no, it's not Rock Solid. Rock Solid is the Pat podcast I did. Look, folks, I'm in demand in the podcast world. I'm doing this thing. I'm talking to everybody. I'm recording another one this week. I know you're thinking, where is it and where can we get it? I'm going to tell you right now. I probably shouldn't tell you about it because it's not going to be up until March 1st, but I guess I can tell you. Well, I mean, that wasn't my choice. Again, these people are doing their shows and I can't tell them how to do their shows or what they should do with their shows. But I'll be doing my friend Ben's podcast this week. It's a podcast called, what the fuck is the name? I asked him too. I was like, dude, what is the name? Oh, it's called Cinematic Defenders. And it will come out, I think, March 1st or maybe a little earlier. Whatever. I'll tell you about it again in a couple of weeks or next week or whatever the fuck. But it's called Cinematic Defenders. And in it, the idea that Ben has come up with, and I also don't know if I'm the only guest. There may be other guests involved. All I know is that he wrote me and he's like, hey, man, we buy dinner if you come and record. And I'm like, I'm in. Well, I always tell him, I go, dude, you don't have to. I always make a joke that I'm in it just for the food. And then he's like, no, that's totally cool. We buy dinner for all of our guests.
Give me the $5.
No, I want food. I mean, seriously. But then again, it turns into this fucking thing. All right. I'm going to do this because it gets me in trouble, but I don't fucking care. I go to his house for the thing, but he's like, hey man, we'll buy dinner. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, tell me some menu choices. I'm like, dude, I don't care. Whatever you get is fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. And he's like, well, there's these restaurants around our house. Why don't you pick one? And I'm like, dude, you're bringing me. I mean, because he's like, because then this is the problem. People go, well, hey, what kind of food do you like? And I'm like, well, I like sushi. And that's fucking $80. You can't buy that. So just get whatever, man. If you get a pizza, order a fucking pizza. We'll have a pizza. But Ben is a pleaser. So he's like, hey man, what do you want? We'll totally do it. And he somehow thinks I'm some sort of celebrity because whenever he approaches me, it's on tenterhooks. And he's just like, hey, would there be a time possibly for you to carve an hour out of your busy week? And I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? All I do is I record for an hour and a half and then I go drive strangers in circles. I mean, fuck, I got no busy week. Jesus. All I do is sit here and get outraged at the treatment of women in this country. And then I record a show and then I go out and I drive nobodies for nothing. But he's very nice to me. And he's like, hey man, you should go ahead and oh, by the way, and let's talk about this. Here's where those two collide. Well, fuck no, maybe I'll get in that later. I'll tell you in it. Well, fuck, will I remember it? I should. All right, I was Ubering. I'll just fucking say this. Listen to this fucking story, dude. Let's put it this way. I hope the person is listening, or some of the people involved in this fucking production are listening. I got pinged. It was like because I drove late, man. I drove like 13 hours a day last week, 4 days. And then I drove short on the other. Who fucking cares? Nobody cares. So, but I was in the car. It was like 3:30 in the fucking morning. I get pinged, and I show up, and it's a kind of a house party with a bunch of people in a yard. Man, it's 8 people, and they're all waiting for their Ubers and their Lyfts. Well, this dude walks his girl out, and young girl, and And he gives her a kiss, and he's holding her, and he's kissing her, and they're making out a little bit. And I'm kind of like, tick, 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 fucking watch. I got to go make some more money, motherfuckers. It's a surge pricing. No, I wasn't. I was sitting in my car listening to my radio, and I don't fucking care. Get in, if I'm, because I literally start the trip when I see you. If you wave at me, trip is started. And there's no bullshit. You can get in my car if you want, or you can stand there, and I'll drive in fucking circles. I don't care. You've called me. I'm here. Get in. Service to be provided. But I also understand you're saying goodbye to your boyfriend or whatever. It's the long goodbye. And I'm waiting for them to just say bon voyage and wave a handkerchief at each other and smash a champagne bottle on the back of my fucking car. So I'm there and I'm ready to fucking drive. And it's this long soliloquy where they're like, I love you and I love you. And they're making out. And he's like, I don't want you to go. And he's holding her lapels and she's pulling him forward. She's like, I don't want to go. And she's putting her hands in his hair and they're, fuck you, Ryan O'Neal and Tatum fucking McGraw, whoever the fuck you are, Allie McGraw. Get in my car and tell your love story walking. Ryan O'Neal, Allie McGraw. Not Tatum McGraw and Ryan O'Neal, whoever the fuck I just said.
Tatum McGraw. Tatum McGraw.
Tatum, what's up, Tatum McGraw? Bang, bang, bang. It's a country album, right? Or a gunfighter. America. Fuck yeah. So, they do their long goodbye bullshit, and they stare lovingly into one another's eyes. And she waves, and she opens my door, and he opens the door, and he holds it, and then she waves, and then he gets in, and he ducks in, and he's like, take good care of my girl, and I'm like, whatever the fuck, and then fine. Romance. And look, I totally get that because, if when you're in love, I know that I don't want to let Jill go without saying I love you and holding her. So that sort of thing happens. So, and because I don't want to fucking leave. Well, he didn't want her to go and there'd be boo, 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 it's like, dude, get your fist out of your girl's vagina. Let her get in the fucking car so I can take her home. This isn't a puppet show. All right. I went from like true romantic to just like hack cabbie in like a second and a half. I'm like, oh, isn't this sweet? And then like the fourth time they went back in for, I don't want to go. I'm like, get in the fucking car. God damn it. Got a schedule to keep. Not a fucking bus. Buses don't wait. Bad analogy. So she finally gets in the car and I have to confirm and I go, okay, you're in. And she goes, yeah. And I drive off and I look at the address and I put in the nav. And then I said, we're going here, right? And she goes, oh, no. And I said, what do you mean? She goes, do me a favor. I need to go somewhere different than that address. I said, okay, well, what is it? And I went to enter it. She goes, no, you can't put it in the app. And I said, all right. I said, well, where are we going? She gives me a completely different address that's like fucking 4 miles away from where she was supposed to go. I said, okay. So I put it in she goes, just put it in your Waze. And I go, well, I don't use Waze. She goes, put it in I use Google Maps. Will that work? Because I'm so tired of Waze. Fuck you and your Waze nonsense. Everybody gets in my car goes, do you use Waze? Do you use Waze? I don't fucking use Waze. You know why? Because Waze is chatty. Don't care for it. There's a policeman hiding behind a billboard. Woo! Fuck you, Waze. Fucking cartoon character, Zippy McPaperclip. Get the fuck out of my phone. I just want to go somewhere. You don't have to talk to me. Waze, fucking, I didn't download a friend.
No, you didn't.
No, I just want a goddamn app. Google Maps is all business. Let's go. Like Google Maps is literally like the Windows of traffic apps. Waze is the Mac. How's it going today? How's your car? Check your oil. We're going up here. Watch out. There's scary guys on the freeway. Shut up, Waze. I just want to drive.
Waze is the name of the show.
Shut up, Waze. It's so terrible. Just letting you know that you're going 4 miles over the speed limit, and sometimes people get tickets for that. Shut up, Waze. I love you, Mike. Shut up, Waze. It's fun that we're riding everywhere together, right? Shut up, Waze. Fuck that. I just want business. I just want to know where I'm going. Literally, if you just create an app with fingers pointing, zoom, 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 I'll follow them. I don't need colorful bullshit. I don't need a map that goes from night to day. Fuck you. That's another thing. Google Maps drives me fucking crazy. I don't know why they did that. All of a sudden they were like update Google Apps, and I'm like, or Google Maps, whatever the fuck. So I do, and I'm driving. All of a sudden it's like 5:30. Map goes black. It's dark. So they've decided, they've made an executive decision that as a grown-up, I need to see night on my map. No, I need to see the fucking street, you cocksucker. Don't fucking make it nighttime. So dumb. I mean, this isn't a fucking cartoon. I didn't tune in for entertainment. I just want to know where the streets are. Because the streets have no name, and I need a map to get me there. Oh! I'm driving where the streets have no name. So, and I want to run. I want to hide. I want to tear down the walls that hold me inside.
Oh my God, I'm gonna take another photo.
I want to reach out. I want to touch the flame. Where? Where the streets have no name. You better not go down there. You might get lost. Shut up, Waze. Fucking jag off. Waze drives me crazy. Why are you taking this picture? This is just me talking.
Shut up, Waze.
But it's because again, I didn't download a friend. I just want a fucking map app. And then, like I said, Google's decided to make it dark at night. Fuck you, dude. Just give me a map.
Do you know why they make it dark at night?
Tell me why. I don't like Mondays.
I love Mondays.
Tell me why I don't like Mondays. Tell me why I don't like Mondays. You know what? I want to shoot, oot. That's the Canadian version. The whole day down.
Do you know what that song is about?
I do.
It's great.
Yeah.
So when you're in your car and it gets dark out, the app gets darker so that the light is adjusted. It's the same reason why when you're using like your iBooks and the light in the room goes out, the text goes to white on black instead of black on white.
Boo fucking who?
Well, for people who have night blindness, that's like really good because I don't have a bright light distracting me while I'm trying to drive.
You know what's funny? I have night blindness, and I'm distracted by lights. When everybody gets in my car, and by the way, fuck everybody who gets in my car. Let me just go ahead and say that right now, because they'll get in the car and then they push the lights above the, like the dash.
Yeah.
Those in-house lights, and they'll do it because they're looking through their purse, and they just reach up and do it. Nobody says, "Can I turn a light on?" Everybody just does it because they're in my car, and they think that because they're in my car and I'm driving them around, everything belongs to them. You know what fucking happened to me the other day? A transvestite stole my gum.
What?
I couldn't even fucking say it. God damn it! It happened.
A transvestite stole your
Dude, motherfucker, fuck the world, okay? I'm driving people and it sucks, and it's just, and you know what, when everybody does anything stupid like that, I'm like, where's Ben Carson to stab this motherfucker? Why couldn't he be here? That tranny's not wearing a belt. I know tranny's a bad thing. I know, fucking don't write me a letter, please. Put your quill pen away. Put your perfumed ink away, and don't use your fucking your brand to wax seal an envelope and send off a carefully worded missive about how I'm insensitive. Fuck.
So, how did they steal your...
This motherfucker gets in my car. First of all, I get pinged. This is like 2 a.m, okay, in Hollywood. And I see her walking up to the car, and first of all, you're not fooling anybody, but good for you. So she walks up to the car and she gets in, and she has to kind of duck her head. You know how when the cops do the ducking the head thing? Yeah, she had to do that so her Adam's apple didn't hit my fucking door. So she gets put inside. What? She's got these gigantic hands. Yeah, good for you. You're fooling everybody. All right, so.
They're not trying to fool anybody. They're just trying to live their life.
Okay, well, good for you. Good for you fleeing a domestic disturbance in the middle of the night and flagging me down with your giant man hands. All right, so literally, she ducks her head just to make sure that her 5 o'clock shadow doesn't rub against the door jamb. So, oh, man. So, and look, I wouldn't be nearly this harsh if the story didn't end the way it's going to end.
I understand.
That's good. See that? Caught that. So I pull up. And I just see her clip-clopping away in her size 13s, and she's like trying to get into my car. So I pull over, and she uses her basketball palming hands to reach in, and she can barely fit it around my small door handle. She practically tears it off the limbs, ducks her head in, her Adam's apple hits me in the eye. She sits down in the seat, and she musters up as much as high a voice as she can at this point in the middle of her pills. And she says, "Oh, thank you for picking me up." I'm like, "Well, the app told me to pick you up. It's not like I wanted to, but I'm friendly. I'm nice." And I don't want to give her name just in case she's the only one named this. So because let's face it.
Jane Doe.
Well, when people are transitioning, they decide, you know what, I'm going to change everything, including my name. And then they wind up, I'm Feather Duster McGillicuddy. You know what I mean? They always have some weirdly inappropriate fake feminist name or something. Or so it's just, I understand you're transitioning and good for you. And I'm glad. I hope everything goes well for you and live your life. But inevitably, they all treat it like they're 8 years old and they're making their birthday wishes. And I know that sounds weird.
No, that's true.
Do you know what I mean?
Because they are in a lot of ways. Because you finally get to
Right.
be something that you wanted to be. And so you
Yeah, my name is Glitter McFinally a pussy. Like literally, that's your name. Okay, well, good for you. I'm glad you chose that. I'm so, my name is Roberta. Finally, my cock is gone. All right, I'm glad to hear that that's who you are. So these and that's fine. Well, she gets in with that name, and says, "Oh, thank you for picking me up." She had a Cuban whatever the fuck accent, and so then spends the rest of the ride spilling out that she was fleeing her bipolar lover who she was staying in his apartment. And, his parents asked me to take care of him. And so I did. And so I am in there. And then he just yap. And I tried to sleep. And I left a gorgeous apartment. I was living in San Francisco in a wonderful place. And yet I came here to take care of him. And we were dating. But then we weren't dating and I left. But his parents asked me to come back and take care of him because he's a bipolar man and he does not have any sort of faculties. And so I stay in the house and it's a small place. I'd sleep on the kitchen floor. And I'm just like, first of all, why'd you even leave San Francisco? That's your home planet. Why the fuck would you even come down here?
Home planet.
Well, seriously. I mean, you're up there, if you're living in a beautiful place, and as a human being, not even as a transitioning person or a transsexual or anybody, if you're living in a beautiful place in San Francisco, fucking stay. Yeah. It's the fucking greatest city, and if you're living in a beautiful place, because they're all over the place, but they're also $8 billion a fucking month. So if you somehow finagled your way, if you've transitioned into a wonderful homeowner in San Francisco, then good for you. Stay there. Don't come down here to sleep on a kitchen floor and take care of a nut. What the fuck is that? Because then you know what you wind up doing? You wind up spilling your guts to an Uber guy in the middle of the fucking night while you're shaving your legs for the 4th time to make sure you don't have shadow when you get out of your fucking apartment. God damn, Bigfoot. Go back to San Francisco and live your life. In a nice way. That's not like get out of my town. That's like take me with you. Is there any room in that fantastic apartment for someone like me who would like to, maybe I'll be your like chauffeur and I'll drive you around so you don't have to fucking break a heel every time you walk because you got 180 pounds on a sturdy man frame? All right. So, I'm sorry. She was an elegant woman and I'm sure she was terrific, but at the same time she could box me out and get every rebound on the fucking court because she looked lithe. She looked lithe. So she's telling me about Bipolar Johnson and his fucking making her sleep on the goddamn floor. And she's like, but again, she keeps slipping in these weird like clues as to why she's really there. And he's very rich. He's a rich man and that's good for him. And his parents asked me to take care of him. And they, when he accuses me of trying to steal his inheritance because his parents are almost going to die and they're very old, but they asked me to stay. And, if they want to go ahead and cut me in and make sure that I get taken care of, then I'm okay about that. But he thinks that I'm there to steal, but I'm there to take care of him. Why else would I sleep on a kitchen floor if I was not selfless and I was going to take care? I'm just like, oh my fucking God. Take a fucking breath. Who are you, me? So she's unloading that fucking story on me. And I'm just like, yeah, oh, that's terrible. Man, that's awful. Yes. And and he is very rude to me. And so this is the the second time in 3 nights that I have had to flee in the middle of the night. And I'm like, I got news for you. That is not a good relationship. No, I'm sorry. If half of your life is spent as the silhouette on the immigrant crossing sign down near San Diego, you do not belong in that relationship. Tiny fleet flailing behind you while your big feet stomp through the mud and try to find fucking purchase somewhere? Get the fuck out of here. Better find another kitchen floor to inhabit. So, I mean, and she's like, oh, I'm so tired. I don't know what to do, but I'm going to my friend's house. And, I go to my girlfriend's and they're very nice. And they go ahead and they take care of me, which is really good because that's all I need is I want to be taken care of. And I'm trying to take care of him and I want to just have a happy relationship. And, but there comes a time where you have to cut somebody off and you have to realize that you have to go ahead and live your life. And I'm like, you do. Eventually you have to take care of yourself because you will always be with yourself. Yes, I understand that. But, at the same time, I don't mind staying there. Well, don't argue with me, motherfucker. I'm backing up your story. I got news for you. You're the person who changed your identity and is sleeping on a kitchen floor. I think I'm the fucking voice of reason in this conversation. Well, you don't know him. You don't understand. He's a good guy. It's just that he's bipolar. And so sometimes I don't want to know him. I don't want to know you. Get the fuck out of my car. Take those fucking meat plates and sashay off into the fucking night. Spin your petticoat around and go shave. Fuck that. Seriously. I mean, that's just because, again, it's like, yeah, you're not dainty. You can pretend that you're all dainty and stuff, but if you're sleeping on a kitchen floor, that's a big fucking kitchen. Because I didn't know if I just picked you up from fleeing a domestic disturbance or doing 4 sets of curls. I literally, if I wanted to turn the light on just to make sure it wasn't China in my backseat. Because it was that voice.
Oh, no.
That's got to be the hardest part of the transitioning thing, man. It's just the fucking, hey, you know what? Yeah. Literally, you go from you sound like Paul Harvey, and then you're trying to sound like fucking Kate Bosworth, and it's like, no, I'm sorry, it's not happening. Inevitably, you wind up talking like you've got a fucking corkscrew in your voice box. It's fucking awful. Here is your soup. So, and again, I wanted to like this person. I felt, some sense of duty because I was helping her escape a situation that she did not want to be involved in. But then she basically mentioned that it's a situation of her own creation. Like, she doesn't have to be there. She doesn't have to sleep on a kitchen floor. She doesn't have to take care of bipolar Jones. But no, but you've made that, yeah. You made your industrial size, fucking king size bed with pink bedclothes, but you gotta sleep in it. So she goes, I am so tired. I'm so afraid. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to go to my friend's house and then I'll just go in the morning, because tomorrow is Valentine's Day and it's a day to celebrate and it's good to be up. So I'm sure tomorrow he'll be better and I'll go over there and I'm sure tomorrow he'll be better. The bipolar guy who lets a transsexual sleep on his kitchen floor. I'm sure he's going to have it all together in the morning. Well, I'll go back and I'm sure he'll be fine. And, I'll just call his parents in the morning and I'll tell them what's going on because they'll just, perhaps they'll just come over and they'll make sure that it's okay and they'll talk to him. Yeah. Because those parents sound like they did a bang-up job because their son is a bipolar man who is a transsexual sleeping on his kitchen floor. Norman Rockwell should come over and paint all four of you motherfuckers. Just the two of them holding a pitchfork, him holding a pill bottle, and you curled up around their feet on the kitchen floor like a cat in a box. The fuck out of here. Oh, I had to leave so quickly. I have a bag of my things and I don't even know what I've grabbed. I'm so upset. I hope that I did not leave anything important. I go, well, you're going back in the fucking morning. What the fuck do you care? But I tried to sleep. I've been trying to sleep. I went to sleep at 7 and then at 8 and then at 9 and then at 10. And he says, yep. You're trying to steal my inheritance. You're just trying to steal my inheritance. Why are you even here? You're just trying to steal my inheritance. And I wanted to go, 5 hours of that? You stayed for 5 hours of that? And because she's like 10, 11, 12. And then I went and I took a walk around the block. And then I came home. And then he started again. You're stealing my inheritance. Because I'm picking her up at like 2:30 in the fucking morning. Jesus. So that's an 8-hour night. And look, I've been involved in an 8-hour night like that. I tore a phone out of a fucking wall. Okay? I mean, I know. I bit a hole through my lip so I didn't start punching people I shouldn't punch. Okay? I've lived through that. The very fact that you went back after the walk around the fucking block indicates that you may have been enjoying the sport of it all, or you're trying to get your hands on somebody's fucking inheritance. Because I was trapped, and the only reason I didn't get to leave is because every time I took one foot out of the house, the person set my shit on fire. That's why I didn't fucking go. Because I didn't want to lose my Jewel Food Store's tax returns from 1989 or whatever the fuck. I can't possibly step out. She's going to set fire to my shirt. Who the fuck cares? Unless it's a King Ding Dong shirt, you got no reason to save that shirt. Burn, motherfucker. We don't got no ding dong. Let that motherfucker burn. Burn, fucking shirt. Burn. The shirt is on fire. We don't got no ding dong. Let that motherfucker burn. Burn, motherfucking shirt, burn. All right, so. Fuck. You know what? I'm done. I'm just going to go curl up on the kitchen floor and get a nap. Anyway, I listened to her as she walks out. What is that, a clementine? What are you eating there? A regular? Is that a regular orange or a clementine?
It's a navel orange.
A navel orange. All right. Well, you do support our military. So, and I think it's a nice touch of you also to be wearing the outfit Cher wore from the Turn Back Time video while you're eating the navel orange.
You like it?
Absolutely. It's wonderful.
I thought it was literally in the day, but...
If I could do it. She's even more of a goat than Stevie Nicks. They both got that Billy Goat thing happening. Find a way. I'm doing a Cher impression, by the way.
Who does the Cher joke, if I could turn back time, I'd date an embryo?
Oh my God, I don't know. The only Cher thing I truly remember is Pam Madison doing Cher tongue aerobics. Stick it in, stick it out. She had a lollipop and she put it on her tongue and she'd like curl it. Yeah, that was funny. Whatever happened to Pam Madison? She was funny. I liked Pam Madison. You know what? Funny. Before I was full-fledged Comedy Jones Mike, I was going to shows, and I went to see a show. This is totally. It was like 1980, no 1990, no 91. I had just started doing comedy, so I went to the Improv to watch comedy one night, and I actually saw Todd Glass do a set. And then Pam Madison went up. This is in the Santa Monica Improv, which is long fucking gone.
What year was that?
91? Got to be 91 or 90 because I had just, I moved to LA in 90.
Wow.
So I saw Todd do a set and he was fucking hysterical because he's Todd. And he did it was a cool night because I didn't know enough about comedy to know what this kind of night was yet. But it was a night where the comics, there was a real small audience. They kind of just did what they wanted. And the other comics would yell from the back of the room, do this bit, do that bit. Like they were all having fun and just kind of entertaining themselves. And if the crowd went along with it, that would be cool. So Todd went on stage and the other comics started giving him shit about doing the thing where his dad, you ever seen Todd do the bit where he's moving a couch with a cigarette in his mouth?
Yeah.
And he's making the squinty face and all that. Well, he did that. And they were like, do it. Do the cigarette thing. Do the moving thing. And he's just like, oh, come on. And then he didn't want to do it. But his fellow comedians like busted his balls and made him. And he fucking did it. And of course it crushed. But he's like, I want to do new stuff. He wanted to do new things. That's what he was there for. But that was a really funny thing. So then Pam Madison goes up. And Pam Madison is bombing miserably. And Pam Madison is a funny comedian.
Yeah.
But it just so happened that crowd wasn't into it and they didn't dig it. But from the back, all the comics are dying. And she's like, I should just leave. I'm going to get out of here. And Todd Glass would not let her get off stage. He's like, no, stay. And she'd go, come on, Todd. And he's just like, no, come on. You're funny. Fuck these people. Go. Like he was totally this comedy cheerleader and putting her in a safe space in front of strangers from the back of the room. It was as if it was almost as if you were going to catch someone throwing a baby out of a fiery building. And as a firefighter, you look up at them 3 stores up and you go, just look at my eyes. I am going to make this work. You stay with me and you drop it. I will catch it. I promise. And that's what he did from the back of the room. He goes, no, you're up there. Do this for me. Be funny. Do it. And she's not a weak person or a weak comic, but you could just see she kind of wanted to throw in the towel because it was a shitty crowd. And I don't blame her. It wasn't like Todd made Pam Madison be a funnier person. Yeah. It's just that he gave her the confidence to just keep fucking going. And he was like, no, man, I'm with you. I'm here for you. I'm with, and the other comics too, but Todd specifically, because she kept going, Todd, and he'd go, come on, just do it. Do that. Do this. And he'd tell her bits to do, and she'd do them and they'd get laughs. And then she put it on autopilot and she was just fucking funny. But it was one of the coolest things I ever saw in comedy. And I'm fucking 23 at the time. And not even doing stand-up, really. I had won the Funniest Man in Tahoe thing, but I hadn't really started in L.A. And just to watch him basically throw her a rope when she wanted to be out. But his rope wasn't to pull her to shore. It was to ground her where she was and make sure she was safe. It was fucking beautiful. It was so great. How the fuck did I spin into that?
Well, we're still trying to figure out about how...
Oh, Cher. We talked about Cher tongue aerobics. That's why. Whatever the fuck. So she's in the car and she's giving me all this stuff and she's telling me, well, I don't understand it. It's like, and by the way, no, this was not the person who waxes me. I should just tell you that. It's not Renee. I do one voice and one voice only for people from other lands. But then she says, oh, I did not even know what I grabbed. I hope I have enough things. And I'm like, you're going back in the fucking morning. But I didn't say it like that. I'm like, well, aren't you going back in the morning? Well, yes, I am. But I didn't want to leave anything that I can't lose because just in case he goes crazy and he starts destroying everything. And I'm like, oh, fuck. So then she says, oh, do you have any gum? And I says, here's the deal. I will tell you this. A lot of Lyft people and a lot of Uber people stock their fucking car like a pantry for people. Because they want 5 stars. Oh my God, I gotta get 5 stars. It lets people give me 5 stars. Well, look, I'm obsessed with the stars. I will not lie to you. Jill makes fun of me because my 488 went down to a 487 on Uber. I'm like, what the fuck, man? And I get an email from Uber. They're like, you've had 39 trips and 34 of them gave you 5 stars. Who the fuck are these other 5 people, man? And I don't even give a shit about the job. But if I'm going to do it and be the best fucking guy at it. It's fucking terrible, but that's what I want to be. And I don't even know what the fuck I could have done that would make people give me a bad Uber score. Fuck. As I'm shouting at his transsexual in the back of my car to start shaving. These people stock their cars with like baby waters. And I've talked about it on here before where the people are like, you're supposed to have water for us. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm supposed to drive you somewhere. That's really like, that's my entire function is to fucking drive you somewhere. And if you want to talk, I'll be nice. I'll turn the air on. I'll turn the radio on, whatever the fuck. But when people get in, they start like, I had a dude, get this. He's like, hey, do you have an auxiliary cord for, my phone? And I went, yeah. And I went to reach for it. And he goes, I got it. And he reaches into my fucking console and he starts fishing around. And I'm like, hey, it's not in there, motherfucker. It's in the front. And I didn't say motherfucker, but I go, hey, it's not in there. It's in the front. I got it. He's like, oh, I just thought and cause he went into my fucking, and look, it's where I keep my toll change. It's where I got all my fucking napkins. What the fuck? Stay out of my shit. I'm giving you a fucking ride. It doesn't give you a right to fucking rifle through everything. What if you would have said, yeah, it's in my pants. You gonna fucking reach in there and grab it, motherfucker?
through your console as your friend.
No kidding, right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. Motherfuckers think that they own you and they can get in your fucking car and do whatever the fuck they want. And look, and I don't know how with this attitude I still maintain a 487, but I do, goddammit. You know why? It speaks to the powers of who I am as a guy. I'm a good person and a lovely conversationalist, and my car will get you from A to B without stopping at C and fucking D.
Tell me more about the woman who stole your gum.
Fucking Travis Uber. So, but so that dude then with the auxiliary cord, he starts fucking, and then I go, it's here, and I go to reach for it, and he reaches for it, and my sunglasses are there, and I have like a toothpick thing that I need, and gum and Carmex, and it's my shit, dude. Don't touch my shit. You ever walk in your house and you got a bowl right in the front of the house, and you put like your keys in it right when you get in, and it's got all your stuff in there? If your friend came in and started rifling through that, you go, hey, motherfucker, if you want pennies, ask me. But dude, stay the fuck out of my stuff. It's like someone going in and taking a picture of your yogurt in your goddamn fridge. What the fuck is their problem?
Posting it online.
I hope you do. So that dude, I grab the cable and I plug it in, and then the cord is like not long enough to reach all the way to the back seat. So people kind of go, oh, well, fuck you, dude. I got news for you. I'm not a nightclub. You want to use my fucking console? Sit in the front. Use the auxiliary cord and sit in the front and bob your head to fucking future all you want. But don't fucking act like I was supposed to have a longer cord for you so you could enjoy your shit from the back seat. You're the one who sat back there and made this a class system. Not that I want anybody in front. Fuck that. No thanks. But people rifle through your shit. So this person, she's like, hey, excuse me, do you have any gum? Oh my God, I forgot to drink something. If you had any water, I go, I really don't have any water. Do you have any gum? I'm like, yeah, I do. So here's how I work my life. I have a dummy gum and I have a real gum. Because the night happened where I gave my gum to somebody and they popped all of the gum out of the tray. I talked about that on here. They literally took 2 pieces to chew and then took 4 pieces for later. And when they handed it back, I was astonished and honestly wanted to beat them to death just because of the transgression, the personal transgression of thinking that you were able to take my things without asking. I don't get it. I don't even understand that mentality. That's like if somebody said, hey, can I have a bite of your sandwich? Which is bad enough, but then they ran their tongue along the rim of it and went, oh, it's my sandwich now. By the way, try that with your friends. That'll be fun.
By the way, your sandwich has a rim?
The perimeter of the sandwich is truly a rim.
Okay.
Well, the crusts,
all right.
that's a rim. That's a deliciousness rim. That's all it is.
Okay.
There's only crust on bread to keep the deliciousness inside. You don't think, because I'll tell you what, deliciousness would escape. If there was not a crust rim keeping it within the bread perimeter, it would run free into the night. Bread knows it's delicious. It doesn't want to be eaten, so it would try to escape. Crust is like the prison guards of a bread prison. Inside is the prisoners, the delicious middle.
Okay, never mind. I can't even get into this.
Well, if there's a slice of bread, the inside part knows, hey, man, we're the show. Everybody wants us. But that's why you have to hire the crust to keep it on it, to keep it from, you couldn't sell it otherwise. You'd bake a loaf of bread with just deliciousness, and it would run off into the night.
But the perimeter is open. The top and the bottom are closed, but the whole...
No, you're looking at the sandwich as an entity. I'm looking at the pieces of bread. Pieces of bread are walled in by crusts.
Okay.
Crusts are the authority figure of the bread. The inside is like, that's the creative part. That's the, hey man, that's the Jackson Pollock. But around the outside is the fucking station manager.
How did this woman steal your gum?
This is not that hard to understand. If you got a piece of bread...
I'm out on the bread. I've checked out completely. I do not understand it.
The inside of the bread is reckless abandon.
Yes.
The crust on the outside of the bread is keeping your id in check.
Okay.
That's it. Inside of the bread is the id, the free form, the whatever you want, the deliciousness. But the outside is the crust that keeps you from just the deliciousness from escaping. Otherwise, that bread would just, again, it would flee into the night.
When I think of a sandwich, I think of all of the things that are on the bread as the good stuff, and it would just sleep out.
Wait a minute. You think all the stuff inside of a sandwich is sentient? You're crazy. What about that guy? I just thought bread was sentient.
Let's look at this Oreo.
All right, take it apart.
All right. Looking at this sandwich as an Oreo, I just stuck my finger in it.
I can't believe you have any Oreos left. You've been eating that package all day.
Shut up. If this was a slice of bread and this was a slice of bread, as I look at the chocolates, all the deliciousness is the inside. It's not this piece of chocolate. Fuck this piece of chocolate. This is the bread that I don't care about. That's the good stuff. So if it's sitting on top, the perimeter is this to me, and all the good stuff sneaks out like this as I squeeze down, and all the goodness comes out the sides.
Apples and navel oranges.
Okay, I'm very confused by all this.
Well, you're looking at the sandwiches as an entity. I was looking at the breads.
Okay.
So to me, the bread rim is what I was discussing. I wasn't talking about the ingredients within the sandwich.
So that's where I got all confused.
But you know what I get out of this discussion? Don't have lunch with you. Hey, can I have a bite of that sandwich? Then this conversation happens again, and people turn off their iPods all over America. By the way, I think in Europe they like this discussion. That's why they leave their iPods on. So this person is, oh, do you have any gum? So I have a dummy gum in the front, and then I have more gum in case the gum's there for me. By the way, I don't have gum in there for passengers. I have gum and Carmex and shit for me if I want gum. If I stop anywhere and I'm going to walk in to a place, if I'm going to a comedy club or somebody's party, which happens a lot, I go to a lot of parties. Driving 13 hours a night, I knock off at 7:15. I show up. You know what? The only party going on? It's at the Wolf's house. It's the only place I go at 7:15 for fun. I just knock on the door and the Wolf answers. I walk in my ball gown. 5 o'clock shadow. Adam's apple hits him in the eye. So that's the only party going on that early. It's at the fucking Wolf's house. You got a body in the car, in a garage, in a car. A body with no head. Take me to it. All right. So anyway, I can't do Keitel.
So fucking funny.
It's so
Again,
perfect.
he's fucking. You're right. It's formal at
Yes.
7 o'clock.
Yes.
In Burbank.
It's like it's 9:30 in the morning, and he's having a formal party with gambling in his house. It's fucking gorgeous. And so then I've thought to myself, is it like a casino, like one of those all-night deals? But everybody looks really fresh. He's wearing a tux. I drive real fucking fast, so keep up. What about you, Lash LaRue? Can you keep your spurs from jingling and jangling long enough? It's so great. Can I tell with that mumble mouth? All right, so can I have some gum? And again, I have dummy gum. So in the dummy gum now I keep 2 pieces. And then I have my real gum in the fucking console. But I'm also a nice person. So the dummy gum might be a little stale. It's like a little older. I don't fucking know. So she goes, do you have gum? And I go, actually, I do have gum. And I handed her the pack. I said, I think there's 2 in there you can have. And I hear it and pop the blister packs, and she starts chewing them. And then she goes, oh, yeah, I don't, it's just, it might be a little, and she kind of hemmed and hawed. She goes, do you have any other gum? Is there, and I go, actually, yeah. I go, why, 2 pieces isn't enough? And she goes, well, no, I want, my mouth is so dry. I just want to have another piece of gum, please. And I went, okay. And I opened my console and I handed her a pack. It's a full pack of Dentine Ice. And I handed her, she goes, oh my God, so generous. It is so nice of you. Good things happen to good people, and you're a good person, and good things are going to happen to you. And I wanted to go, after this? Because this clearly is not one of them. But she takes the gum, and I hear her slide the pack out, and I go, and we're driving, and so I don't know where the address is exactly. I put it in, but I'm not sure. And so then I get to this fucking neighborhood. It's near downtown, but it's more East LA, and it starts to get dark.
Oh yeah.
It's one of those places where they can't exactly pay for street lights.
Yep.
Because they're paying extra security to roam around and make sure nobody dies. So I go there all the time. I mean, I drive people constantly. Whenever I can always tell, because once you get into town and you see the Mexican guy pushing the ice cream cart, and then you see the bars on the windows, and then you see a dog run across the street without an owner, you're just like, all right, I know where I am, and hopefully I'll drop this person off and I'll get out of here alive. And I'm not a biased dude. It's not even about minorities. It's just I've been in a shitty white places too, man.
Oh,
Fuck.
Yeah, you can just tell when it is not.
You just know when it's a bad fucking neighborhood.
It's a neighborhood
Yeah.
filled with poverty and crime.
Right.
And
If you
it doesn't
pull
matter it's
up,
black or Mexican
no.
or
If it's
Spanish
fucking
or-
10:30 at night and there's little children playing in a driveway, you're in a bad place. If you pull up at midnight and there's a card table with a street lamp, like a office lamp on it, and guys are playing dominoes, you know it's not a neighborhood you're supposed to be in.
Yep.
Probably. So, by the way, I just described Panama.
Pretty much.
Panama. So I go and I pull up.
Panama?
Panama. Oh.
Panama?
Ain't nothing like it. Shiny machine. I got the feel for the wheel. I keep the moving parts clean.
Oh.
Burning down the avenue. On and on ramp coming through my bedroom. Don't you know she's coming home with me? Or I'm taking her to fucking a girlfriend's apartment? Or her to wherever? So I turn in and I go to it's fucking lights and it's dark and there's nobody. And I said, all right, I have the address here. And she's like, oh, did I put in the right address? Is it 1441? Is it? And I go, yes. And I said, you got to help me here. My eyes are terrible. I mean, I actually think you're a lady. So.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
My eyes are awful.
That's
So,
funny.
well, I mean,
Look, there are stereotypes. There's nothing.
well, it's not a
you can do
stereotype.
about it.
This is a person. This was Look, I understand if you're if you're transitioning, it's a difficult thing and a lovely thing. I don't know if this person was transitioning. I think they may have just planned dress him up. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe they had to don this costume to sneak out of the bipolar guy's house. I have no idea.
Again, there are days I go to the Target and I'm hoping I'm not recognized because
No.
I'm not at my best.
Because I'll tell you what, I have seen beautiful transsexuals. I mean, passable, unbelievably beautiful women.
Possible is not a good word.
Well, I take that back. Is that a wrong word to use?
Not a
Okay,
good
I'm
word.
new to this. Well, all right.
a good word.
I've seen incredibly beautiful transsexuals where you go, oh my gosh, that is a very beautiful and wonderful human being.
Beautiful, yes.
Yes. But this person I drove around the other day probably would be viewed best from the bottom of a well with Catherine Martin.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
So,
I'm not even religious and I'm praying to baby Jesus for your soul right now.
goodbye, horses. Or would you fuck me? I'd fuck me. I'd fuck me so hard.
He was so good in that.
So good.
So
Unbelievable. Oh, wait. She a great big fat person. Mrs. Lippman, they left some cards here. I might have the number in the back. Police around here don't seem to have the first clue. Oh, wait. You about a size 14? Excuse me? Fuck yeah. I love violence. All right, so. So that's who I got in my car. Anyway. Precious! Don't you make me hurt your dog! All right, sorry. Put her in a basket. Put her in a bucket. That's what it is. It puts the lotion in the basket. It puts the dog in the bucket. Put her in a bucket. I'm going to just do Jamie Gum all show. All right, so. You don't know what pain is! So. I love the things I love. I fucking love the things I love, goddammit. I saw it at the movies like 13 times. Make an effort to answer now. Lecter, gorgeous. I was so happy when I showed Jill and she goes, that was a great movie. I'm like, you're goddamn right it was. Finally. It's like when she watched Pulp Fiction and she loved it. And I'm like, yes! So cool. It's just like when she watched Boogie Nights, she made me turn it off like 15 minutes in and I'm like, no! All triumphs and tragedies. All movie-related triumphs and tragedies. All right, so. But I don't know exactly the address. I go, well, you got to help me here. I got bad eyes. We got to look on the curb for the fucking number because nobody, it's, you know what? It's so funny. I've noticed this. Middle-class people, they got their number on their house. You pull up, they're like, hey, yeah, we live here. We own this house. We've actually worked very hard at the phone company for 35 years in order to buy it. Good for us. You know who doesn't have their number on their house? Rich people and poor people. Yeah. Rich people because they don't want to know who the fuck you are. They don't want you coming to their fucking place. And poor people because they can't afford numbers.
I think it's because they don't want people to know where they are.
Excuse me, sir. May I buy a 3?
Oh my God.
We're out of 3s for your kind. Out of here. Take your papoose with you.
What the fuck?
That was my racist number seller character. Excuse me, sir. My wife and I are so hungry. May we buy a 7?
Really?
We ain't got no 7s for your kind, brown skin. Take a walk on your moccasins and get out of here.
What is wrong with you?
That's the Old West racist number seller. I like that guy. Sorry, sir. We don't mean to disturb you, but we have been walking for hours. Pray tell, do you have an 8? I got plenty of 8s, but you're not going to get your filthy hands on them, coonskin. Get out of here.
God. Holy
And don't let the swinging door hit you in your fucking baggy pants on the way out. All 8s belong to me.
What is wrong with you?
I like Old West racist number seller guy. Oh, white man, we have traveled far, and we will hope that you can somehow grace our tribe with an 11. I'm not going to grace your tribe with nothing other than curses and dirty looks. Get out of here and do your rain dance in the street without my 11s.
I love that he's kind of a little Popeye Irish.
He's a little bit. He's a little bit.
Or pirate Irish.
I don't know what he is.
I don't know.
You know what I know? I know what he is. I know he's a racist and a number hoarder. That's all I know about him. So that's who does not have numbers on their houses. Rich people and fucking poor people. Middle class people are just like, guess where I live? 714 Ashbury. Go ahead. Just pull up and say hi. I'm middle class. Things are great with my life. I've got 2.5 kids. Don't ask to see the half one. His name's Bartholomew. We keep him in a dark bedroom. All right, so. So there's no numbers to be fucking seen anywhere. So as we pull up and I'm like, well, you got to help me here because I'm not seeing. And we're driving down a darkened street because also poor people do not have porch lights because they're like, it just gives people a target. So they're just like, no thanks. Everything's dark. All the lights are turned off. You just hear the baying coyote in the background, or actually that may have been her clearing her throat in the back seat. I don't know. Sorry, trying to get my ladylike voice in shape. So it dawns on me as I'm pulling up, I'm thinking to myself, you know what? First of all, I'm doubting your story of living in a palatial estate in San Francisco. And two, she was dressed in pumps and a dress and kind of like a bustier and carrying a bag of stuff with like a change of clothes and she was doing her makeup in the back seat. And I thought, you know what? She may be going to work. She may have made up an entire story about her fucking ridiculous bipolar boyfriend making her sleep on the kitchen floor, but she could be someone who was, frequenting Backpage and going ahead and being hired for her efforts. I don't know. Because I will tell you this, I have driven a couple of those. I picked up a transsexual. Remember how we were talking about sometimes there are transsexuals who are crazy beautiful? I picked one up in Hollywood, in the Hollywood Hills. I'm going, and so that thing, one of those places where you lose service on your phone. Like I'm going that high up. And you pull up to the gate and they won't let you in. You have to call them and I have no service. So I'm out and I'm kind of pounding on a gate in the Hollywood Hills. And I'm like, hey, Howard Hessman, let me in. You know what I mean? It's like some old money guy because then he comes walking out and he waves at me and that she's working because it's just this fat Lou Grant looking motherfucker. I mean, just Ed Asner wanders the fuck out with the hairiest neck you've ever seen. And then this stunning creature sachets out of his house and he kisses her on the cheek and he hands her a bunch of money and you're just like, he's not sending his daughter to prom. No. If anything, one of them is having trouble sitting down. And I'm assuming Fat Jones is a power bottom, so I'm guessing he was the guy who took the brunt of it. And then she walked out, and I took her to Glendale, and she had a lovely house. But she was all fucking cheekbones and Eartha Kitt eyes, man. I mean, I was just like, dude. But at the same time, I've only seen, and I've talked about this before. I've only seen one transsexual that completely bamboozled me. But I make it sound like I see them all the time. I don't.
But it's funny because they're not trying to bamboozle you.
Well, the one I saw was doing a magic show.
I don't think they're trying to trick you into having sex with them. Or
well, of course not. No.
Convincing that they're a woman.
None of that. Of course. I get that. What I'm saying is, I can usually McGruff the crime dog a transsexual out of a crowd, is my point. I mean, if I see one wearing you can tell. You can just sometimes there's clues, you can see things, you can go. But there was only one time, and I was with Siegel. We go walking out of a fucking restaurant, and we see this girl, and we both just go, oh my God. Like she was beautiful enough to where you would ask her out and date her for 6 months and never push her for sex and then marry her and can't wait to have her on your wedding night and then wind up getting poked in the eye. Like, I mean, it would be one of those deals because she was astonishingly beautiful. And not that everyone in the world isn't beautiful inside, but standing in the doorway of the Yukon Mining Company restaurant, Mike and I both, because we were leaving and we saw this girl, this flower, this vision, blonde hair and bee-stung lips and amazing face and perfect skin and tan and flawless and fucking kind of belly jeans with a piercing and a rack and you're just and when I say Iraq, by the way, map of Iraq, because she was very concerned about the Gulf War. But we saw her and both Mike and I, independent of one another, saw her and walked into the parking lot and went, oh my God. And I said it to like someone and he said it, and I looked at him and I go, you saw that? And he goes, oh my God, yes, thank God somebody else saw that. And you turn around and then she's still standing. She was just, and she even had the girl pout, like where someone was like making her wait and she didn't like it. Just kind of that slump shoulder, like that face. She just looked disappointed. She had mastered it. It was awesome. She had fully transitioned. You are not fully transitioned until you can master the "Are we gonna go yet?" face. And then once you've done that, you are a lady. Whoa, whoa, whoa! You're a lady. Talking about that little lady. So we're driving down the block. So I think now that this person, because she doesn't know the address and she's never been there before, she said that I was taking her to her girlfriend's house, but I question the amount of girlfriends this person may have, numbering more than 0, and 2, if you don't know the fucking address where I'm taking you, but you push it into the phone, and then you're like, I don't know what it looks like. I just know that I'll know it if I see it, but it's so dark outside. I'm like, oh man, fuck you and your bullshit nonsense. So here's the thing: we're driving, and I get caught up because I'm looking for numbers, I'm looking for all this stuff, and I can't find anything. And then we go up down the street, nothing. We find nothing. So I'm like, well, we're gonna have to get out and start looking. Like I have to walk up to the door and find the address because I can't just fucking do this. So I turn around and as I come back down, it's still completely dark, and we're looking, and out of the corner of my eye, I just see a light, like a flashing beam. And so I stop the car and I turn my head to the right, and it is pitch black. But somebody is up the driveway holding their iPhone up and just flashing the screen and then turning it off. They're not coming to the car, and they're not helping in any way. And they're not, putting the light on and leaving it on. They're literally lighting the screen up and then turning it off right away, like flashing. And she goes, "Oh, this is it." Oh, really? Was that Morse code for transsexual? Because I don't know what they were flashing at us. But I stopped the car, and she's like, "Oh, you are such a dear. Thank you so much. I'm so happy that you brought me. It was so nice to meet you, and you had such a great insight into relationships. Thank you for talking to me." And I'm like, I didn't do anything but kind of tell you should leave this dude's house and not sleep on a floor. I don't know what kind of insight that is. Jesus Christ. If that's insight, I'm fucking Dr. Mike Brothers. Give me a newspaper column. By the way, do newspapers still exist?
No.
So I go, "Great." And she's like, "All right, thank you so much. I'm so happy." And it was a Lyft, by the way, not an Uber. And so in my head, I'm like, well, man, I'm going to get a tip out of this because they get you tip people. And she gets out of the car and just stomps into the night. Up toward the light. And the person, by the way, did not meet her and did not flash the light to make it easier. So she just disappears. She gets enveloped by the darkness. And I, of course, immediately drive the fuck away because I don't want to get caught there and I don't know what the fuck's going to happen because I understand like the crazies feed the day before Valentine's Day and they're coming up from the sewers. And I do not have my Snake Plissken ever firing gun. So I drive to a light source. Literally drive to a light source. Like I'm like, go somewhere where people can see you, where you exist. Because on this street, I am negative matter. I am nobody. But I had to get out back into the street and get under a light. So it's like, me and my car are alive. And fuck me. It dawns on me, not only did this person get out of my car, and as I got caught up in looking for the numbers, she kept my entire pack of fucking gum. Kept it. Took 2 from the other one, and then kept the other fucking pack of gum. That's a fucking $1, man. And so I go, well, maybe she just left it in the back seat, which is the dumbest thought ever. But I'm mad enough about the fucking gum to get out of my car in a war zone and look in the back seat for it. So I get out and I go in the back. Not only is my gum not in the back seat, the empty blister pack from the first pack is on the floor. Now, we've all heard of the accidental tourist. I didn't realize I was driving around the littering transsexual. You want to transition something? Transition my empty gum pack to a garbage can, motherfucker. What do you think you're doing? And the only thing I can think of is that she was working and she's given just the mintiest blowjob in history right then because she's got a mouthful of my fucking dentine. God damn it. Took all my gum. Took it all. Took it all. Yeah. So then I'm at my house. This happens Saturday night, late. Not to be confused with Saturday Night Live. It happens Saturday night late. And then I'm sitting here last night at my house and I get a text. And it's from Lyft. And it says, "Mike, passenger, Cynthia, I'm now a lady, has a message for you. They have left something in your car and they need you to return it. And underneath it has what she's typed. I left a small jewelry box in your car. I need to get it back as soon as possible. Call me, please. And I'm supposed to call this person. Like Lyft left the number. So I texted Lyft back and I just went, hey, I don't want to call anybody. If you want to handle it, go ahead. And I hit send, but it's a bot. It's a fucking auto thing. So they won't take any messages from me. So I get that text, and then like 14 minutes later, I get another one. Same thing, different message. And then an hour later, I get another one. I don't want to call this person. I don't want them to have my phone number. I don't want to know a fucking thing about them. I don't want to text them because then they'll have my number. I don't know anything about them. All I know is they sleep on the kitchen floor of a mental patient, and I'm supposed to fucking give them my contact information? Get the fuck out of here. And I saw you in my rearview mirror. You're wearing every single scrap of jewelry you fucking own. So I didn't know what the fuck to do. I want to contact Lyft, but I just ignored it until I wound up getting 6 different messages. And, cause let's face it, if you are taking care of a bipolar guy and you're sleeping on a kitchen floor, you've got nothing better to do than text me and ask for your jewelry box. Seriously. That's a fight you're going to fight until you die. You're going to fucking clamp your lady jaws around it and shake it until it's fucking dead. So, in my head, I'm trying to figure out what the fuck to do. And I don't want to text her and I don't want to call her, certainly. And then, I said, all right, well, fuck this. So I called her, but I hid my caller ID on the phone. And, I had to leave a voicemail because, unbelievably, the maybe transsexual escort didn't pick up when I called. And I said, hi, Linda, I now have a vagina. This is Mike, your Lyft driver. Unfortunately, there is no jewelry box in my car. I looked high and low. However, there is an empty pack of gum in my car if you'd like to come and pick that up.
Did you really leave that?
Oh, yes. Click.
I know why you went to an 8-7. You're a dick.
Oh, no, I was already rated at that point. That wasn't a queer up my star rating.
Fuck you. I can't believe you would leave that.
Hey, Donna, Mick, I'm so proud of my new tits. No jewelry box in my car. However, there is an empty blister pack of Dentine here if you want to come and pick that up. Click. Fuck you. You guys can get me at MikeandMikeSchmidtComedy.com. What?
But we still have the other story too. We can't go. It can't all be over.
We should do it on the other side. You guys can find me at Facebook.com/the40-year-old boy. Don't just find me, friend me. You guys can follow me on Twitter. You know what? Today would be the day to follow me on Twitter because Lily and I sat here for 2.5 hours twittering like numbskulls. We had so much fun. Literally, I'm like, because again, don't give me the option to not do a show, like to sit here and just kill time. So I saw a tweet come in and I just started firing away and Lily started firing away. And the best part is I'm liking her tweets. She's liking my tweets. Nobody else in the world existed. We're just like, yay, that's a funny one. Yay, that's a funny one. Is this one funny? Which of these photos is funnier? It was fucking awesome.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. It was like a little writer's room. It was totally cool.
Let's do that. Let's write.
Oh my God, let's write.
Write a movie.
Yeah, and then go nowhere. So again, folks, you can get me at MikeandMikeSchmidtComedy.com. You can write me there, write me a note. You can find me and be my friend at Facebook.com/the40-year-old boy. Find me on Twitter, as I've just mentioned. So much activity at Twitter.com/the40-year-old boy. Our friend David Hernandez does all of the art, all of the music, all of the art and music, all the musical art, all the artful music. He does it all. God damn it. He does it all for this show. You can contact him and be his friend at Facebook.com/DavidMexHernandez. Or if you'd like to hire him to do some cool work for you, or just buy some of his existing pieces, he's got Gycons, he's got Valscapes, and he will do whatever you ask. If you say to him, hey, you know what? Can you paint me a robot delivering soup? He'll go, fuck you, I already did it. What else do you want? You can write him at artbydmh.com. That's artbydmh.com. I'm not sure. I think it's David at artbydmh.com, but go to the site. You don't want to just have a fucking sterile email address. You want to go to the site, look around, see the cool stuff, and then contact him through there and hire him to do some stuff. Tell him I sent you. He knows me. Ryan Dirks does all of the website stuff for this show. At least he better be, because I fucking sent it all to him. What the fuck, Ryan? I don't owe him an email or a text. I owe him a fucking ass whipping if he doesn't get this shit done. I want to see some asses wiggling. I want perfection. I need some action. Ha-ha! A Morris Day action for you. So Ryan does all the website stuff. Go to facebook.com/Ryan Dirks, Dirks, and be his friend. But not yet. Not till he does all the fucking website shit. Don't distract him. It's bad enough he's got a farm he's got to tend. And then, of course, our friend Lily Von Stupp, who's here and helping me, thankfully, because I'm very happy when she's around. She is the producer of this show and my great friend, and now sitting across from me, staring at me, wondering what I'm going to say. What I'm going to say is you can find her at several different places. You can go to facebook.com/Lily Von Stupp and just read the page, just stare at it, because you can't be her friend because she's full up. But if you want to get her through Facebook, you can go to facebook.com/Monday Night Teas and join that page. I'll tell you all about that on the other side. You can follow her at several different Twitter accounts. She's at twitter.com/Lily Von Stupp, twitter.com/HollywoodBQFest, and twitter.com/Boobdini, and twitter.com/MNTs. So go ahead and follow her at one or all of those for any and all information you could possibly have regarding Lily Von Stupp. But if you'd like to write her a personal note and find out why 30,000 women across this country are chasing her down, you can write her at lily@burlesque411.com. That's Lily, Lili, at burlesque411.com.
Hey Mike, we know what you like. Now tell me, what do you love?
I love girls with large mouths.
I love it when a woman has tan lines on her face.
I love a girl who steals books.
Who knows about leeches?
I love when a girl holds my gun
And can make fire shoot out of her purse.
I love a girl who looks like a cartoon rabbit.
Lets me see her best friend naked.
I love a woman with a skull hard enough to crack a headboard.
I love it when they beat me at Tetris.
I love making clothes for mice.
I think I might have had rabies once.
I love making toast with a lighter.
I really like soup.
I don't feel so good.
I've never seen the beginning of Big Trouble in Little China.
I hope my enemies catch on fire.
I once watched Jaws in the nude.
I love.
I liked it when the Beatles got along.
I love bananas, yogurt, and ass.
I need to learn the rules of rugby.
I love doing preacher curls.
People enjoy my many-colored hats.
I wonder if I left the stove on.
I once punched my kid in the face.
I love the word vanilla.
I can play the guitar with my kidneys.
I want to remind you folks about the Monday Night Teas every Monday night at the 3 Clubs on Vine at Santa Monica. I don't know what music I just played. I think I may have played a stripped-down track from a David Hernandez. I got to look and see if I did, and I actually got to write him for permission. I think he said whenever, so that will be this week. Hey, this week is whenever, so you may have just heard it. If you did not, look forward to hearing it in the future.
Is it the 17th of whatever?
No, it's the 17th of never.
17th of never.
There you go. So again, folks, I want to remind you about the greatest burlesque show in the history of Los Angeles, an unbelievable achievement in ladies getting naked. You should go to the 3 Clubs on Vine at Santa Monica for the Monday Night Teas. And I happen to know the producer of that show. Oh my God, does she work hard putting together people from disparate backgrounds to come together for one solid goal to show you their vaginas. She is absolutely the best in the world at it. She is my favorite. She is my friend. She is Lily Von Stupp. Hi, Lily. How are you?
We don't actually show our vaginas.
That's neither here nor there.
We don't even show our vulvas.
Neither here nor there.
We show nothing. We show the stuff that you can show and not the things that you can't.
Let me ask you this. If you were to show your vulva at the show, would you invite the crowd to then try to peer in and see your vagina?
No, that's already been done.
Ah, that's an Annie Sprinkle deal.
It is. Yeah.
It is. All right.
Although...
Anti-Christian, Antichrist. Before I'm crucified, I'll live my life in taxi cabs.
God damn it, Prince.
Yep.
Yes, I do the Monday Night Teas every Monday, and it's going to be spectacular. We've got great shows coming up. But here's something interesting. I also run Dr. Sketchies.
Whoa.
And on the last Saturday of the month, if you go to drsketchysla.com, you'll get the information. You can see me nude. $25. It is the Dr. Sketchy's live drawing. We are not in a bar. We are in a regular theater. So we've got nudity in the show. And for the first time in a long time, I will be naked in public. And I will be covered in blood because I'm doing Carrie.
Oh, my
so you
word.
can draw me naked, covered in blood for $25.
You hear that, folks? You can draw her naked in blood. Now, look, I'm going to deal with the elephant in the room here. You can draw her naked, covered in blood anytime you'd like.
Well, you can see me.
There you go. See?
blood and draw it.
Yeah, you can actually draw her from sight. I mean, surely from imagination and memory, right now, all of you are drawing Lily Von Stupp naked and covered in blood. But if you want to be in a room with Lily Von Stupp when she's naked and covered in blood, this is the way to go. $25 at Dr. Sketchy LA?
Yeah.
Just to pop in with a little charcoal and a thumb and then pretend that you're drawing something?
Honestly, I don't care if you don't even come with pencils. If you just want to sit there and see it, I'll be posing for an hour naked.
That's what I was saying.
I'll
Is
be
people
posing for 40 minutes naked.
All right.
20 of it, I'll be in the Carrie dress.
20 of it in blood, 20 of it without.
Yeah. And then thank you to all of the people who have sent me money for my topless photos, by the way.
Oh,
I haven't even told you this. I sold like 20.
oh,
I
okay.
couldn't believe it.
No, you did not mention that to me. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I was shocked
All
and
right.
delighted and surprised and thrilled and.
Well, that continues. If you guys, you're still offering those?
Oh yeah, I have about 20 left.
All right, I am a sleaze merchant. So if anybody out there wants to go ahead and buy the, there's 20 left. There's 20 of the little eye periscope type of deal. It's a keychain. Scopidopes.
I got from like 12 people.
There you go.
Scopidopes.
All right, so if you want a Scopidope, still of our friend Lily Von Stupp, naked from her 50th birthday from the 10th anniversary, oh, the teas. How are they sending you money? PayPal? Or are they?
PayPal, yeah, but just write me and I'll tell you how to do it. It's all easy.
Yeah, right. Lily, and of course you can find her at Lili at burlesque411.com. So write her there, and she will hook you up with the Scopidope.
And who's coming? Somebody just wrote, Jason's coming to see the show and going to the Magic Castle. And
Oh, nice.
Checking me out.
Jason, a fan of the show, you mean?
Yes.
Oh, cool. Well, let me know when you're in town, Jason. I'll Uber you all over the place. Don't take my fucking gum.
He's only here to see me.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jason. My fault. I wouldn't want us to go ahead and intrude. But yeah, well, you know what, Jason? We get her by the end of the month. You get a live Scopidope covered in blood. Look at that, friend. Go ahead and sit there and get an eyeful. And by an eyeful, I mean an eyeful of plasma. As Lily shakes it off like a fucking St. Bernard in front of everybody. She shakes it off. Because haters are going to hate. And the players want to play. I just want to say, shake it off. Shake it off.
Are you done?
Maybe. I don't know. I could get Swiftian. I can do a little more Swiftian.
Can I go off topic while you're doing plugs?
Are we on topic?
We were talking about Monday Night Tees.
Of course we are, because it's the best burlesque show in history.
Can I just totally go off topic?
After I crack my knuckles, go right ahead.
I'll crack mine. Like an idiot.
This is 2016, folks. This is what passes for entertainment. A couple of fucking homeless people just cracked their knuckles into a microphone.
I would like to talk about the elephant in the room.
Let's do it.
I walked into your living room today
Yes.
and was looking down at my phone as I walked in, and you said these words, "You better look up so you don't trip over my bed." And I went, "Why is your bed in the living room?" And you went, "We can talk about that later," because you say that. I'll talk about that later.
Well,
Why
sure.
is your bed in the living room right now? Because I've been staring at it the entire time we're recording,
I see.
wondering what's happening in the bed. Is the bedroom being fumigated?
No,
Is there a tent in there?
There
Have
is
you
not.
rented it out?
I have not. I should. That's a good idea.
What is happening that your bed is in the living room?
Well, first of all, part of me was hoping that you and I would do a John and Yoko for the next week and just broadcast from the show.
That's from your bed?
Exactly.
Next
Just
week,
do that.
bring it all over there and I will. I will
Sure.
lay in the bed with you and we'll video
All
broadcast
right.
the show.
I love it. That's actually not a bad. That's Periscope from my fucking balloon bed in my living room. That's not a.
Periscope on your phone?
Fuck yeah.
Okay, well, when we're done with the show, let's do it.
I've done one Periscope in my entire life, and it was from the LA Podfest. I literally ran around and just interviewed weird people. Not weird people people would know, like Siegel and Pardo. I ran up and did that.
How do people get a notice that you're Periscope?
Yes.
How would they know?
They do. People who follow me or whatever on Periscope.
Okay, so when we're done with this, we're going to hop in the bed and do a quick Periscope.
All right, very quick.
Yeah.
So the reason the bed is in the living room is because, as we all know, the lovely and beautiful Jill comes and visits me on occasion, thankfully. I'm by her a lot more because it just works for her life for her to be there. And then she comes by me when she can, and she'll be here for 2 or 3 days. Well, the first time she ever came here, I have the big purple chair because I don't have a lot of furniture. It's just me in this fucking joint. So the first time she ever came here, we wound up in the chair, and that was fucking amazing. I want to tell you something that happened in that chair, but I can't. But holy God.
I'm going to assume it had to do with body parts.
I'm going to tell you this, one of the hottest things that's ever happened to me in my life happened in that purple chair. That's all I'll say.
Purple
Chair. Purple chair.
And all I want to see is sitting on my face in my purple chair.
You're in the neighborhood.
Okay.
You're in the neighborhood. So in that purple chair, she and we fit in it together. And by fitting it together, I fit in it, and then she somehow works her way in it around me because she likes, and I like her all over me, like just arms, and I like her akimbo. I like Jill akimbo. So I want her just fucking all, like, there was a Family Guy once where Quagmire jumps on a pile of people because this is what I call the pat of butter technique, and he melts all over the entire group of people at a swingers thing in the courtroom or in the jury room. So I just want Jill all over me, on top of me. That's what I want. So in the chair, she's there and she loves it. We're all kind of wombed in, but unfortunately, Jill's body has been through the wars. She has a herniated disc. 2 herniated discs and vertebrae and severe arthritis in her neck. We just got those diagnoses. Before, we just thought her fucking neck hurt. Like we had no idea. So she would come here and she would get in the chair with me. And that first time she was here, she actually slept on the floor because I didn't own the balloon bed the first time she came out here. And I, as you know, felt fucking miserable because this woman of my dreams, this idyllic fucking goddess, is curled up on the floor like a transsexual in a bipolar's apartment. And I'm like, I can't fucking have that. So, but I also can't buy a fucking bed because I have no money. So that's when I bought the balloon bed and I made that happen. So the balloon bed was still an improvement. It helped and it gave us a bed to ravage and destroy, which is great. But the purple chair itself still existed. And so she would climb into it. We would watch TV or we'd watch movies and we'd be in the chair, but she would constantly, her neck, I had to put biofreeze on her neck. I had to rub her neck and it was just trouble. I mean, she was always in pain. She was in almost, I felt constant pain. And she is extremely tough. So she's like, you know what? I'm fine. Honey, I love you. I'm fine. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like she'd be like, I'm fine. And then she can't move. And I'm like, fuck, I can't do this anymore. So on the last trip when she came out here a couple of weeks ago, before she came, I moved my bed into the living room and moved the purple chair aside. And she walked in and she saw it and she's like, you really did that? And I'm like, yeah. I go, because you're better in the bed, as we all are. I certainly love her in the bed. And I said, but also if we watch a movie, and she's like, this is like Hotel Schmidt. I said, you're goddamn right it is. I said, but now we can get in the bed and watch TV and you can, if you want to lay flat or move or fix your shoulders or your neck, or I can rub your neck while we're watching it and you're not fucking crumped up like a fucking dog in a basket. You know what I mean? And because she's tiny. Jill's, she's 5 feet tall. She weighs 95 pounds or whatever the fuck. So that she fits anywhere. I could put her in my pocket. I could throw her on my shoulders, whatever the fuck. It's fine. I could wear her like a goddamn scuba mask and I'm in. But for her comfort level, I wanted to move the bed into the living room.
I'm very happy because I know she's in pain and I'm suffering from pain too. I think that's really sweet.
Well, she takes, now she's going to physical therapy and she's taking medicine and stuff. And she's supposed to be taking her leave and things. And I ask her, I hope you're doing it, baby. I love you. But I wanted to have the bed in the living room so we could watch, and we did. We watched Pulp Fiction in there and she got to sprawl out and we, it just caused more, it was more area, more room. And she felt great. And as great as she can feel it sleeping on a goddamn pool toy. But still, it was...
top of the line pool toy.
Oh, it's the highest one you can get. Certainly, it's the most expensive one. I went and I spared no expense in buying a giant Mylar mattress to bang my girlfriend on. Now, the purple chair still exists. And even she's just that person where she's like, honey, please, I love you. You don't have to do this. And I go, honey, it's great. And then when I was so happy because she got in the bed, she goes, this is really great. And I'm like, that's all I care about. I wanted her to see her smile. I wanted her to be happy.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so that explains it.
So that's why the bed is in the living room. And then when she left, I in my head, I was going to move it back in. And I went, why the fuck would you ever move it back in there? It doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? And honestly, without her, I kind of sleep in my chair anyway because the bed is for us. So, but I will tell you this: I love the bed there because I sit on the end of it and I'm closer to the television when my old man eyes can actually see HD instead of seeing fucking blurriness. I can watch hockey and see the puck. It's fucking great. I'm like, yeah.
You know, you could have just moved the chair for
No one knows what you're talking about. However, that makes zero sense. I don't know what living room you've got. I don't know what chair you own, but the purple chair was the purple chair and it was moored to its bearings. But now gone, pool toy living room, sheets and covers. And I also like laying in it. I lay in it to watch TV, man. It's just, and you can sprawl out and it works. So there you go. That's why that bed is in there.
Okay.
Yeah. And there it will stay. And if we periscope from it, perhaps we will. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen in the next few minutes? Because I don't want to periscope and have one person like throw one heart. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh man.
I don't know how Periscope works. I think it's fun.
People throw hearts. I don't know. My friend Brody does it all the goddamn time.
Don't throw hearts.
Yeah, folks, give some dollar signs. But my friend Brody, he'll periscope. He's the self-proclaimed prince of Periscope. And I think he's got like 200,000 followers. Now, you can make a face all you want, but it's fucking brilliant what he's doing. He's taking a social media construct. He periscopes his sets
Here's
from the
what I
Comedy
say to
Store.
that, okay, I have several early shows that I produce, and one said, "Hey, I want to periscope the show," and I said, "Why would I let you periscope the show?" And they're like, "What do you mean?" And I go, "Buy a fucking ticket and come to the goddamn show."
Yes. But there are people all over the world who can get Periscope, and you're advancing your brand and selling who you are.
I'm selling tickets, not your brand.
Understood. But Brody, when he closes the Comedy Store, they're not paying him. So why the fuck not? Or no, he probably gets his money. I'm sorry. There's sets that you get paid. But why not, advance your brand? And I think he may have stopped doing it, the sets, but he just periscopes from cars or apartments or Starbucks or whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
and people are all on board with it.
My art away for free.
That's right. But he's unique. And maybe he saw it as an opportunity to build something. And then he may be.
Is he a nice snowflake?
He's a special bipolar flower who's ready to fucking melt down at any second. And I don't know who's sleeping on his kitchen floor, but I don't want to know, quite frankly. I don't know if he's bipolar or whatever the
So
fuck.
are we periscoping 2020 then?
No.
Okay.
No, it's just like when you.
recording it to sell it later?
No, we're not selling fucking anything. I'm doing a set and buy a ticket. Come see me. You know what I mean?
Buy a
That's the whole
ticket.
point.
That's my
Yeah.
hashtag. Hashtag buy a ticket.
Yeah, do that, folks. So let's talk about that right now. So, the Monday Night Tease is fantastic. Go buy tickets, and you go to Monday Night. Go to Facebook.com/Monday Night Tease. Join the page. Learn about who's coming. Learn about who's been. See photos of the past and echoes of the present. I don't know what the fuck that means, but see who's coming in the
Sorry,
future.
I'll close my legs.
Oh, not cool.
Echo of the present.
Got it. Knew it. Did not like it. Don't like that kind of humor.
Really? You don't like that kind of humor?
Not a fan.
Vagina echoing?
Yay.
Vagina echoing. Really?
I just wanted to make that noise. Yay.
It's kind of what it sounds like.
Oh, my throat just made a noise. Really? Is that what it sounds like when it's echoing? All right. Well, just throw some
Very
chimes.
shallow. There's no echo.
Throw some chimes in there. So whatever. Go see the tease. Go to Facebook.com/Monday Night Tease. Go to Brown Paper Tickets. That's where all the
That's
tickets
where
for
you
this are
definitely should
available.
go.
Go buy some tickets and come see the shows like our friend Jason is going to do. So you will go and advance your career and Lily's and have fun. Now let's talk about the live show first. That 3 Clubs is a venue on Vine at Santa Monica. February 22nd, folks. Next week. Next Monday. February 22nd. I could be king. I will be at the 3 Clubs on Vine at Santa Monica,
Yes.
producing and performing in 2020.
2020.
Has done it again. It's our show with 3 comedians, each doing 20 minutes. I'm one of them, and no one cares about that. However, Riley Silverman, she's fantastic. Come and see her. She's got her new CD, Intimate Apparel, available now. I think it's on Spotify. Go listen to it if you have not already, or just buy a hard copy, because she's going to get paid more if you buy the hard copy, I would imagine. So let's get some money for our good friend Riley Silverman. She's been very nice to me, and she's coming to the show and she was booking shows, and she put me on them all the time. So I'm so happy to return the favor. And so she just recorded her CD. She's writing for pajiba.com. So Riley's really great. Come see her.
The P was silent.
Ajiba. Could be ajiba.com. She's writing for jumanji.com. It's pretty cool. So, but our great friend, Graham Elwood, will be at the show as well. Host of comedy. He is my great friend, certainly. He is, you know what? Yeah, you can even throw a comma in there. He's my great friend, and he's great friend. He will be at the Monday night, at the 3 clubs for 2020. He's one of the 20s, the aforementioned 20s. Graham Elwood, host of Comedy Film Nerds, published author, director of documentaries. He's got the LA Earbuds one, that one coming out. Earbuds, the podcasting documentary. All of those cool things. So, but he's more of a dynamo on stage than you could ever imagine. So, yeah, you got to come check him out. I don't know if dynamos growl, do they? All right. You're going Eartha Kitt on me. So he will be there. Me, Graham Elwood, Riley Silverman, and I think we're doing it again in March. I don't know.
You are. You're doing it every month until I stop producing at the 3 clubs.
Well, you need to buy tickets then, folks, to make it a viable opportunity and a viable enterprise. So please go to brownpapertickets.com, and I think it's 202020. You enter that. It's
2020.bpt.me. Either one of those works.
202020.bpt.me. 202020.bpt.me. Tickets available now for Graham Elwood, Riley Silverman, and me. I'll be there lurking.
Is it?
It's $7, right? $10. It's $10 a ticket.
Which is odd because it's 2020. You would have assumed it would be 20.
Well, it should be. It's a show certainly worth $20. But
go 10.
Well, it's comedy. I don't want fucking people to come. That's the deal. It's like I could charge $20 because when I go on the road, I charge $20, or Graham, his credits we could charge. But fuck that. I mean, I literally, if you recall, we discussed prices and we came up with 10 because there were other ideas in the mix, and you were like, well, here's this and here's why. Because folks, I just talk. I don't know a fucking thing. But Lily is a producer, so she knows the ins and the outs and the wranglings and the things. And look, if you're going to book a show, you should definitely call a woman who's naked and covered in blood. That's what I would do. And that's what I did. And so 2020 is a joint production of Von Stupp Productions and me. Joint 420. Smoke it up. So buy tickets, man. Come out and meet me live. Even if you don't want to see the fucking show that I'm going to give off, go see Riley and Graham. They are both fucking hysterical. So come out to the show and have a good time. And like I said, it could be stand-ups, could be story, could be stand-up, could be stories. It could be whatever. It's whatever the comic wants to do in 20 minutes. The one thing I do guarantee is that it will be funny and great. Or laden with pathos.
Laden with pathos.
I don't know. It's going to be good. Come out to the show. So that'll be fun. Her dizzy head is pathos laden. I'm going to do Scott Weiland. It's my tribute to Scott Weiland. He's dead. Time to take her home. Her dizzy head is pathos laden.
We're not going to have time to Periscope now.
Let's Periscope that. The only thing missing from me trying to sing is Max laughing uproariously in my face. Like literally just fucking letting me have it.
I understand that. You're not bad.
I'm terrible.
No.
It's okay to be terrible. I dare to be stupid, if I may.
Really?
I can't hear you. Dare to be stupid. Okay, I can hear you now. Dare to be stupid. So, folks.
One of my favorites.
You're a big fan. I like him as well. So I've told you about live things. Let's talk about dead things. Not dead things.
My career?
We have to name the show A Transsexual Stole My Gum, don't we? I mean, wouldn't that be good?
No.
All right, you've got a better idea?
No, you don't want to put that in the subject line. Remember when we talked about, was anything in the show really...
There was a discussion. I won't lie. When we had the break, I looked at Lily and I said, hey,
because, again, comedy is comedy, but you never want to overtly be a dick.
well, I'm not punching down is my point. It was one person. It's not a whole community. I just don't want the whole community to come after me and claw my eyes out. That's all I'm fucking wondering about.
But again, if they want to, they're going to. It doesn't make any...
Well, they're going to try, but I'm going to fight my way through them.
Stephen Fry is a perfect example of you can tell a really funny joke and have the people in on it, and it doesn't matter because if people want to be offended, they're going to be offended.
Well, that's true, and that's kind of what everything is like in the world now. All right. Well, but it was, I wanted to ask. I mean, I don't know. I kind of...
It's nice, and none of the people I know would be offended.
There's no brakes on this car.
Yeah.
I just kind of fucking hit the gas and go forward, and whoever gets run over gets fucking run over.
And if they are offended, that's on them.
So's the car. So's the car that I just fucking parked on their ass as I ran them over at the fucking curb as they ran toward me with a bag full of their stuff as they flitted away in the night. Jewelry box. Yeah, I'm going to fucking call you, motherfucker. All right, so I did call her. So let's talk about this, man. I've been talking about this for weeks, and now I'll talk about it for minutes or perhaps an hour. If you go to MikeSchmidtComedy.com, we've got all sorts of cool stuff, all sorts of pages there that you should take a look at. But most importantly, folks, there's a Joe Business page. And that has merch and downloads and all sorts of stuff. And I know you're thinking to yourself, well, Mike, you talk about this every week. What's new over there? Here's what's new. New artwork, folks. The new Joe Business page has been launched. Lily's staring at her phone. I was expecting a reaction, but I got none.
I'm looking to see it right now.
All right, so the new Joe Business page has been launched. It is available. It is there. And here's what you need to do. You need to go look at the fucking brilliant artwork created by David Hernandez. David Hernandez, the Sherpa, the man who does all of the things here. He's the misanthropic gangster. So he's got a paintbrush and a pen, and he will travel. And he's going to travel right into your eyes and up into your fucking brain if you go look at the Joe Business page, because when you'll see it, I guarantee you, every single one of them, every one of you people out there who looks at that page, here's the first thing you're going to do. You're going to pull up that page and you're going to say this: Crom. That's going to happen to you, folks.
No.
Go look at the theme. Go look at all the cool stuff. But most importantly, folks, there are new things for sale. I have told you in the past about all sorts of things that we have on sale. We've got downloads, but here's the thing. We have download sets. All right, we have year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, year 6, and now year 7.
What? 7 is available now?
Is available for you to purchase. Yes, with the ending of year 8, I decided to put year 7 on sale, dummy. But go look and buy the 7 Deadly Schmitz box set. It's been priced to move, ladies and gentlemen. I think I charged $100 for it because it's 7 years. It used to be $25 a year, and it still is $25 a year. But if you buy all 7, it's just $100. You save $75. Look at that.
So wait a minute. If I buy year 1, 2, 3, and 4,
that's $100.
so I could get 5, 6, and 7 for free?
Ostensibly, yes. Look at you doing math.
What if I wanted to buy year 4, 5, 6, and 7?
It's $100.
Could I get year 1, 2, and 3 thrown in?
Of course you could.
Holy shit. What if I wanted year 2, year 4, year 6, and year 7?
That's $100.
Could I get the odd years thrown in for free?
I could do that for you. Why not?
Holy shit.
So look what you need to do, folks. You need to go there. You need to click on it. Little light box comes up. Look at the amazing artwork created by David. And if you want to order individual years, I'm not going to blame you. They're all available. But if you want to get them together as a box set, it's only $100, ladies and gentlemen, and you'll get them all. You got the 7 Deadly Schmitz. You got sloth. You got greed. You got envy. You got freedom of the press. You got thou shalt not kill. You got all of them. They're all there, folks. All the 7 Deadly Schmitz. They're all available. Sneezy is also available. I'll throw Sneezy in for free always. So in the download sets, that's what's available. That's new there. All right, we talked about that. Now there's the dirt shirt. All right, that's available. Now, look, that's a pricey item. Not really pricey, but it's $25 for you, $30 if you live in a foreign land. All right, but I'm moving, and you'll notice there are some sizes missing because there are some sizes I don't have anymore. I got no men's large, I got no men's mediums, and I think I got all the lady sizes, whatever. The shirts are available for you now at $25 and $30 a crack, and that includes shipping. But you'll also notice when you look at that, folks, there's another button we've created because we're ridiculous, and it just says mystery shirt. Now, the mystery shirt is only, I think, $15. And if you click on that, who knows what you'll get?
What? You get a mystery?
I don't know what it could be. It's going to be a mystery shirt of some kind. It'll be a shirt from a previous tour.
What?
It'll be a shirt just from a previous podcast incarnation.
You're kidding.
Or it could be a yurt shirt. I might get fucking fancy and just throw one of those in there for $15. Who knows?
What?
If you click the mystery shirt, you don't know what you're going to get until you open that fucking package, and I'm going to laugh.
Could it just be a random shirt from your closet?
Possibly. That's the fun of mystery shirt. So click on the mystery shirt button, spend $15, and who the fuck knows what you're going to get, folks. So there's a yurt shirt available, women's and men's, or take a chance. Click mystery shirt. I want somebody to click mystery shirt so bad. All right, so click mystery shirt because I don't know the size, I don't know the style, you don't know what it's going to be until it shows up at your house. It could be one of my old podcast shirts because I saved. I have my own shirts from Philadelphia and New York and stuff. They're all 3X's, but you might get one of those. Have your girl sleep in it. Do you know there's nothing sexier than when Jill sends me a photo of her wearing one of my t-shirts, and I'm not even joking, because it's not like it's a big deal. She'll just send me a selfie, and she was wearing Red Boy, the red one once with a little baseball hat on. Oh my God, dude. I was in a grocery store and jerked off right there in the grocery store. She sent me one picture of herself just out of the shower wearing one of my shirts and just took a selfie in the mirror with the Schmidt 40 and dude, God damn it. Drives me out of my skull. So You can have that kind of fun with mystery shirt. Go ahead and buy one. So there's still the donation, the donut button. Fuck. There's the donation button. So if you want to go in, you can donate again, $2, $5, $10 or $25 a month, or you can send a one-time donation, which is really cool. Thank you so much for thinking of us and the show. There's the Amazon link. You can click on the Amazon link, and winter is coming. Buy a coat or something. So that's there's hover text also. Go look at the picture and go hover over and read my brilliantly funny stuff. And it's a neat page. We hope you go and enjoy it. So use the Amazon link, buy Amazon stuff. And I should get into the Amazon store and take a broom to that eventually, and I will. But right now, go click through to our store and then go click through to the Amazon, and then we get credit for that. Thank you so much for thinking of us. We do appreciate it. So that's the downloads. That's the shirts. That's the donations. But there is also, folks, there is a Live Bees light box. Well, we've in the past sold individual shows. We've sold the Schmitty Comes Alive, and then we took it down when we put up Schmidt Alive 2. And then we took down Schmidt Alive 2, we put up a third, whatever. Did we put up a third one after Schmidt Alive 2? I don't know if we did. Look at me now. I have to actually pull this up. The bottom line is you can buy, we put everything on sale now. The Big Angry CD is available there, and I will sign it if you want to buy it. Schmitty Comes Alive, which was me from the 2013 LA Podcast Festival. Wow. Schmidt Alive 2, which is the podcast. It's the combo package of video and audio. That was $10. Now it's $5. Schmitty Comes Alive is just it's audio, but it's also $5. But the audio video combo pack from the 2015 Los Angeles Podfest is available now.
Awesome.
It is called Stop Making Schmidt. It is worth it just to see the artwork that Dave created. But then if you buy it again, you get the audio and the video of my performance. Go watch me ruin a ceiling and
awesome.
see people.
Awesome.
We really had a good time. So it was me telling a story that actually had happened, I think 5 years ago that day. It was from the podcast. So that's how I did it. But go check it out, man. So that's available now. The Stop Making Schmidt audio video combo pack is $10, and that's available on the site now. Go pick that up in the Joe Business page under the Live Bees download. And so there's downloads, there's Live Bees, there is I'm trying to remember what other light boxes there are now because I don't have it in front of me. You know what? Let me just pull it up real quick, and I will tell you guys because I know, let's put it this way. I know there's one more, but I think there's two more. But let me double check here. This is so terrible to be doing this while I'm on the air with you.
Well,
Lily, vamp for me.
Let me see. I'll pull it back up.
No, it's there's the donation, there's the downloads, there's the Live Bees, there's the yurt shirt, there's the Amazon link, and yes, there is one more that I just thought of, folks. We now have a MEX button, a MEX light box. And I know you're thinking to yourself, well, what the fuck could possibly be in there? Well, folks, here's what's available for you to purchase now. First of all, it's not even a purchase, really. Here's the way it works. We have 2 albums that we're offering as gifts for donations to the podcast. There is one called Heroes, and that is all straight David Hernandez doing music in his studio. It is his tribute to artists that shaped him as an artist. Go ahead and check those out. They are amazing. It's Dave. You love him from the show. Well, this is an album, and it's free with a $7 donation to the show. So if you send a $7 donation to the show, I will send you the album. And if you donate 10 or 25 or whatever, you can do that too through the donation button, and I will send you the Heroes album. But if you use the donation button, you got to specify to me which one you want, because there are 2 albums available, folks.
What?
There's the Heroes album, which is a straight David Hernandez compilation of musical brilliance that he's done and created on his own. And then there's the album Word Pimp Schmitty and the Misanthropic Gangster.
What?
Music from the 40-Year-Old Boy podcast.
What does that even mean?
Well, it means that there's all sorts of songs that have been featured on this show over the past few years, and there are regular songs, and then there are songs from the interludes, and there's the theme song. There's all sorts of stuff that's available on there. You're shaking your head as if you have a question.
It's so exciting.
It's very exciting, in my opinion.
I don't know how you can have all of this stuff for sale.
It's astonishing. And it's even worse, I don't understand how nobody will buy this stuff. However, so Word Pimp Schmitty and the Misanthropic Gangster is available now. 19 tracks. And they're tracks from the show. There's full songs. There are things from the interlude. It's a pretty fucking great representation of all the stuff you've heard over the past few years. And so it's available, and when you get it, you will hear them. I don't want to give away, I don't even want to tell you what tracks are on it. But when you get it, hopefully you're happy with what you've gotten. And you should be. It's fucking brilliant, and it's Dave. Then there's Heroes. Like I said, that's Dave's solo, basically, effort, where he's doing songs that meant something to him by people who absolutely meant something to him. So those are available with $7 donations to the show. You can click on them in the light box or use the donation light box, but I would prefer you use the other light box. And you donate $7, we get you the word Pub Schmitty, and you donate $7, we'll get you Heroes. If you donate $14, you get them both. Look at that. Look at you filling your earbuds with something else besides me fucking yelling. So that stuff's available now, man. So on the live B's, like I said, there's Schmitty Comes Alive, there's Schmidt Alive 2, there's Stop Making Schmidt, and then there's the Big Angry CD. There's the mystery shirt button that please click it. There's all sorts of cool stuff. So right now, go to our Joe Business page. And even if you want to just go look at the fucking artwork and browse around and read the stuff that I wrote, that's kind of fun too. There's hover text around all the boxes, and you'll get to see the foul-mouthed, buxom godmother of burlesque there herself.
That rendition of me is wonderful.
You'll see me, awesome. The talent. You'll see David. We're all there on the page, along with the regular ladies of the Joe Business page. So go and check out the Joe Business page. Buy some stuff. That would be really cool. It would help the show. It would help Lily. It would help me and Dave. And we'd all be very happy. And by helping all of us, I mean it would help me. So go and do just that right now. And wasn't there something you wanted to ask me on the way out? I thought there was some other thing we had to talk about. We talked about the bed, but we said we'd do something on the other side. What was it about?
Oh, well, I still need to you didn't finish the other story in Uber.
Oh, dude. So this fucking chick gets in my car, right? And she's like, she corrects me. And she's like, no, we got to go to a different address. And I go, okay, I'll just put it in the app. And she's like, no, don't put it in the app. You got to put it in your Google Maps. And I'm like, all right. And then she's like, do you use Waze? Watch out, there's a pothole coming up. Shut up, Waze. Don't drive into that puddle, please. Shut up, Waze. So I put the address in the Google Maps, and as I do it, I take a different route. But I forgot. She goes, well, go to the end of the street, and then when you turn, then change it. And I said, okay. And in my head, I'm like, why? Because I find out why later. I would have had to take a different route from off the street, and her boyfriend is there watching. So we turn onto this thing, and she goes, okay, here's the new address. And I put it into Google Maps, and I start driving. And like I said, it's about 4 miles from where her other destination was. And she makes a phone call, and she calls another guy. And I'm telling you, dude, it was this, hey, honey. And she's like, oh, yeah, I'm ready for you. Like filthy, dirty talk. Like she's like, yeah, I'm ready. No, I just left there. No. Yeah, no, he doesn't. No, I'm in a Lyft right now. Yeah, no, it's fine. He knows the address. She just made out with this guy and told her, I love you. I can't wait to see you. I miss you. And then she gets in the fucking car, changes the address because her boyfriend ordered the Lyft. And he will see the address that if I change it, the destination. And she has me go to a different one entirely.
And you did it?
What the fuck am I doing? I'm Travis Bickle, for fuck's sake.
Here's what I say. I'm paid to take you there, and unless I change the app, that's where I'm taking you.
Well, okay.
So we'll drive there, and then you can request another Lyft if you want.
I could have done that. Well,
I'm teasing.
Well, I could have done that. I mean, because that's technically, what, especially if it's going way out of the way. But at the same time, I also picked her up in a 100% surge area, so I kind of don't give a fuck that she's boning somebody else. So I'm going to get extra money to go the extra 4 miles on this ride, and that's fine. But the thing that she doesn't understand, and I don't know if she's done this before or how she doesn't. And look, I don't know how Lyft does it, but when I order an Uber, when I'm driving, when I go, it shows me the route, the completed route, once I finish the ride. So it shows me where I was dropped off at. It shows me how much it cost. It shows me all that. So I don't know if she's done this before and she's just sweet talked her way out of it, or because her boyfriend put in the destination of where she was supposed to go, but I didn't drop her there. I dropped her at her fucking her baby daddy's house, wherever the fuck that was. Whoever the stunt cock was, she went to visit in the middle of the goddamn night. Because again, it's like 3 a.m, like I said.
That's impressive,
dude. But also sneaky as fuck. And then I told Jill, I wrote Jill that whole story, and she's just like, I'm sick to my stomach. And I go, so was I. Like because I really was, because you don't fucking know. You never know, man. It's just that brutal thing where you're just like, and that's why, and I do that thing with Jill all the time where we're on the couch and I look at her and I just go, Just you and me in this box right here. That's it. Nobody else. I don't want to deal with the rest of the fucking world. I don't want anybody else to encroach upon us because the world is full of people like that who will fucking tongue kiss their fucking boyfriend in front of me, and he puts his head in, take care of my girl, make sure you get her home safe. And then she fucking changes the address and goes and reverse cowgirls all night with a fucking stranger. Man.
You already know what she's doing.
Oh my God, she did it all night in my head. What are you talking about? That's what because I actually went back to the boyfriend. I go, you're not going to believe this. Your girl right now is reverse cowgirling a different guy. It's fucking crazy. I think it was a Cuban dude. He had pointy shoes. Anyway, I can't believe it. Right now, your girlfriend is fucking knuckle deep inside some guy's ass as she's blowing him. It's fucking brutal. Because she looked like that kind of chick. I wasn't there. I didn't see it. But she sure looked like the kind of chick who's going to give the guy an underground hammer while she's got a mouthful of fucking Cuban meat. That's what I figured. I don't want to cast aspersions on you and your girl, but she did change the fucking directional. And so right now, I have to think that she's in there whispering in his ear, that he's so much better than you are, and she's right now left you behind.
You know, Max always says people skip the closing music. I say people love your closing music, so let's prove it to them. If you've listened this far, write me at heymexilistened@gmail.com, and we'll send you a 40-year-old boy hearing commemorative Facebook profile picture that you better fucking put up, you dick. Sorry about the dick thing. Thing. Did you get that?
Yeah, I got it.
I don't want you to miss any of that brilliance.